Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2022. It's the kickoff of the regular season. But before we do that, we have to do a mega cast like always. And this is Mega Cast 4 with my team from the Triple B Experience, because I am Bad Bubba Brewer of the Triple B Experience and the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Steeler podcast show. And this is part of my team. My team, the guy who he's going to probably piss me off in about 45 minutes, but he's my man, Cable. Cable, how you doing this evening?
Hey, I think I can do a little better than that. I'm going to go 20 minutes maybe.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much. And
you gave me an objective to strive for, so we'll put a timer on it and go.
Okay, yeah, because I was trying to do the tech stuff and I could see myself. I've already did a little delay already, but I'm going to keep going. And ladies and gentlemen, the part of the Mega Cast from Steelers Realm podcast, the man of the hour, the Tower of Power. He's too sweet to be sour. JT, how you doing this evening?
Hey, Bubba, what's going on, man? Cable, good to be with you guys again. We brought 3/4 of our team tonight with us, too, to join in. Unfortunately, CJ couldn't make it, but hey, it's good to be back with you guys. Excited to kick off the season. And man, we're just getting through some of this stuff here, but let's bring in the team, on the other side of the border and in the heart of Browns country. It's none other than the famous TA. Hey, brother, welcome back, man.
There he is.
Yeah.
Boys, man, I am excited to be here and talk about this stuff. I love these mega podcasts. In 20 minutes, I'm telling you what, we've got the ticker going in the back room. It's going to be 15, Bubba. I know it.
Okay.
Because Captain America already wrote me and said he wants Cable back right now. He can't be on the show.
Old man Cap's ready for action. Oh,
he's ready for action. He's looking for another Patriot.
That'll be discussed very soon.
I can see where this is going already.
Yeah.
His trusty sidekick over in the heart of Browns country as well. It is the Freight Train. What's up, man? Welcome back, buddy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, as a newbie, I'm proud to share the screen with the Trip Bs over there. And to my crew, guys, it feels like it's been about 53 years since we've got to be able to talk about what we're going to talk about in this show.
Boy, isn't that the truth, man? It's like finally real football is here, too. So, hey, we got a lot planned tonight, guys. I'm kind of excited to jump into it. Before we do that, though, we're going to go about 20 seconds on this. Let's touch base on the preseason, and as we wrapped it up there, just a 5-second thought, round the horn, Bubba, on the last game we had in the preseason in general.
The last game.
How are you feeling about it?
Well, the Detroit Lions ran all over us, and TJ Watt almost took his knee out and got his knee taken out, and then I would have went through my brick wall downstairs, and I heard Najee was hurt. So yeah, I was kind of happy with the lovely Detroit Lions game.
Well, wait a second. No love for Deontay. You don't care if he's hurt, Bubba. What's going on? You got 2 out of the 3.
I think we have enough receivers. I'm okay. If the two of those two, if one of them guys go, it's going to be a long season. And Detroit Lions, they look like if they'd had a quarterback, it would have been a different game. But it's preseason.
All right, Train, you're nodding your head. What was your take? How are you feeling?
Hey, I'm ready to start the season, dude. We went 3-0 in the preseason. We're undefeated right now. I'm still on the high.
Well, now there's an accomplishment.
That's right.
Well, the Ravens, they should have been like 4 Super Bowls in a row with all the preseason games they've won.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what is it, like 27 or something like that?
Yeah. They just don't lose in preseason.
Well, they don't win in regular season against us, and that's what I like to say.
Yeah. So, Cable, what were your thoughts on the preseason?
Well, as you're going to hear me say a lot tonight, from an outsider looking in, still really impressed with the quarterback play. That's the biggest thing that drew my attention. I did not expect that much solid play from either of the quarterbacks that I watched. So I think you guys are sitting pretty good going into the regular season.
As far as quarterbacks, maybe.
Well, right. Yes.
TA, what was your thought there, bud?
I'd like to say that Cable was absolutely right. And on the surface, the quarterback play did look good, although it was behind a vanilla offense with a bunch of teams that have no idea how it's going to settle into by week 11 to defend these three cats. So I think that the things that were for sure going into the preseason are even more unsure coming out of the preseason. And 3-0 undefeated, if that's what you got to hang your hat on, Freight Train, by God, that's a small hat hook.
I told you I haven't shaved since the first preseason game. I'm looking for a full beard like Cable's got right there.
It might take you another decade to get there.
You're not wrong.
Hey, Craig and Bob, thanks for tuning in on the Facebook Live. If you guys have any questions for the five of us, bring them on, and I'll make sure the guys actually can hear them and actually give some responses. And yes, Barry Sanders was a good guy, but thank God he wasn't playing against the Steelers.
Yeah, the one Detroit standout.
The first 1,000-yard rusher in a game.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, hey, guys, let's get into what happened here yesterday. The roster cuts, who's left on the team, and then we got breaking news this afternoon as we're heading home from work. Seeing this pop up, they've also assigned 8 of the 16 spots on the practice side. So some that got cut, maybe just appearing back on there, but we'll get into it. But before we do that, hey, want to send a shout out, and Bubba, you can too as well. But let's get plugs out there for our Steelers Realm blog. We've been adding some reading content out there. Stop by there, SteelersRealm.com/blog. And you can see all of our roster cuts will be listed out there, as well as some good reading stuff. And we encourage everybody's feedback as well on that too. And want to give a plug out to our man, the Pittsburgh sports artist, Willie Hobbs. You can check out his work and join his club at mytimeyourtime.com. We'll put that in the notes there, but mytimeyourtime.com for Willie's work. And as a matter of fact, he sent us a couple of these.
Wow. That's nice.
Very nice.
So check him out and
look up.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We're looking to do some stuff with some of that artwork too for charity. So more on that to come. But anyhow, thanks for the spot to give those plugs out. And Bubba, if you wanted to,
well, we're getting a lot of responses on the YouTube channel. Zach, thanks for tuning in. Shane Stodmiller, thanks for tuning in. Zach,
hey, Shane.
Zach said something about the read was a good pickup. So there's people discussing stuff on our YouTube block here, and we appreciate it here, guys. And thanks for tuning in for this evening. And also, I want a big shout out for our super producer, Gary DeBar. He couldn't make it this evening, and maybe he's going to try to tune in here a little bit. We don't know, but the door is always open for Gary because he's a very busy man. And it's very hard for the Triple B experience to do stuff without him. So, so we're ready to rock and roll. And that's my plugs until later on. And let's just get this 2022 season like the aroma. It's I'm ready. I am so ready,
Well, it's going to click. I mean, tomorrow's the 1st already. Get this shitty August month out of the way and get into football and get the season rolling.
Yep. I'm ready.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Yep. Let's do that. So a lot to sort out here. We're going to power through it, guys. Let's just we'll hit on each one.
Like a freight train. Power through it.
Power through it. He's when he gets rolling, man, he's not freight train anymore. he turns into the silver streak.
Oh,
so
okay.
looking to hear the silver streak. Come on. Anyhow,
man of
guys,
many abilities.
quarterbacks. Let's jump right into it. The guy that we thought might be disappearing from that was not the one that ended up disappearing. So we ended up bringing back Mason Trubisky and our number 1 draft pick, Kenny Pickett, and the let go of Chris Oladokin.
Big mistake. That was a big mistake. Not putting him on the practice team right now, and I'm saying it right now, is a big mistake.
Well, he had clear waivers first, right?
Yeah, he never cleared waivers, Bubba. Kansas City picked him straight up. So you're thinking that whatever
the cutting him.
Steelers had planned by not playing him, by not showcasing him, hoping he would clear waivers, evidently Andy Reid had enough tape on this guy that says, come join our team.
Yep. And that's just irritating because that was a wasted pick, but they never did anything. They didn't even let him take a snap in a preseason game.
No. And the other thing is I think they really brought him on to help run the practice squad, especially due to the fact that we have so many running quarterbacks in play this year. And now what are we going to do? We're going to have Rudolph running the practice squad to try to play Lamar Jackson. How do you think that's going to fare?
It's not going to fare very good, JT.
Kind of looking that way.
Yeah, it's not going to fare good at all.
Yeah, I thought they'd keep him on the roster for that scout team offense. Yeah. For the defense, because we play a couple of teams with big arm quarterbacks this year and can kind of maneuver around the pocket and make plays with their legs.
Everybody from our division. Everybody from our
Exactly.
division. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There he is.
Oh,
shit.
That man has made it.
Don't act like you missed me.
Oh, yeah. Me and Bubba were lost.
We're on air.
I'm surprised you didn't know how to get on here.
They were carrying
Good job,
us
guys.
without you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Jim's
got it
I
covered.
just talked about
He
it. I'm
knows
going
what
to play
he's
the
doing.
Powerball. All right. We're in. The tripod is in.
Yeah, we had soccer tonight, so I just got home and
That's
daddy
perfect.
bath duties, and now I'm here with you.
Right on. Woohoo. I need a
Yep.
beer.
Oh, Daddy's all bathed up? That's good to know.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
I kind of thought the room smelled a little refreshing. Glad you made it, man.
I once a week.
Is that
usually.
is that lavender? Is that a hint of lavender?
Yeah. Yep. You got a real
Is
good
that
sniffer on you.
Is that a Kenny? What kind of jersey you got on?
What do you think, baby?
I knew it. Oh, I knew it.
What
Just like-
timing?
Just
Hot
like
off the
tomorrow night.
Oh,
He's
Oh,
all
the
ready.
pit,
He's all
baby.
geared up, TA.
That's right.
Okay, let's get back. We were talking about the
Get back to it.
quarterbacks.
all
Mav.
right. Hey, Mav,
Okay. What about him?
10 seconds on the quarterback position.
Oh man, where do we start? Well, I'm okay with Pickett not being the starter as of this point, obviously, due to our offensive line. Trubisky did fine. I'm okay with it. Get your use out of him. You already paid him, so why not? I think Pickett's going to take over eventually. I mean, he will, probably sooner than next year. But I'm okay. I'm okay with where they're at with Trubisky.
Okay.
Well, if you stick around long enough for predictions, we might throw that in as a little kicker prediction.
I'll be here.
All right, he's in.
All right.
All right, so here's something that I think we talked about on one of the mega casts. We've done so many, it's hard to remember now. I think I'm the only one in this camp. I don't like teams carrying 3 quarterbacks. So I don't like the move at all of keeping Mason Rudolph.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Cable. It comes to a point there's going to be a lot of injuries. Some team might need a quarterback, and you might get a 3rd round pick for him instead of a 5th or 6th. So
yeah, that's a good point. That's
Why
a good
not?
point.
But if one or two get hurt, he's going to be playing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
but if
don't
one or
understand
2 get hurt, I'm giving up on the season at that point, especially if number 3's Mason Rudolph.
Well, yeah, I
Cable,
mean,
you're starting to sound like you're a Steeler fan all of a sudden.
No, dude. I'm not a non-fan. I'm just neutral. I'm Switzerland,
Neutral. That's what
Neutral.
you call that.
except for week 2.
All right, so I got to ask, guys, does anybody feel that this was really a quarterback competition this
No.
year?
absolutely
No.
not.
No.
We knew exactly how it was going to go.
Yeah, I think with the same talent, but if it was in a different situation, like you didn't just pay Mitch Trubisky all that money, there was a chance maybe after Pickett's preseason that you look at it a little bit more, but you just can't.
I was
Can't
honestly
do it.
starting to think it was a pretty boy contest there for a while rather than a quarterback contest. 'Cause, my goodness.
Well, look,
Any
I'm surprised
calendar
none of
model.
them I'm surprised none of them landed a Head and Shoulders commercial or something.
That's right.
Yeah.
For
Pickett's
shampoo.
got to.
Right,
Pickett's,
right.
He's got to, you know?
Or a glove commercial.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's not getting that.
Adidas
You beat me
Sport
to
Club.
it.
Well, and
You know-
the
you know,
Steelers
a
kind
lot-
of swooped up Trubisky in the first wave of free agency, so that was kind of a kicker as well that he was going to go in as a provincial starter.
Yeah.
I mean, they
No
just
doubt.
don't do that. They don't pick
Yeah.
people up right in the beginning of free
Mhm.
agency and not play them.
A lot of the media today was kind of throwing this out there for keeping 3 quarterbacks was the play of the offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. One of them might get killed, or 2 of them might get killed. You never know. It's that bad.
That line's
mean,
bad.
A logical reason. All right, let's keep moving. Wide receivers. So staying, obviously, Deontay, Claypool, our new Superman, George Pickens, and then the speedster Calvin Austin.
Who's been hurt?
Yeah. What's his status up at this point, Jim?
We'll have to refer to the ambulance report on that
Okay.
one. So
Gotcha.
we'll get to that. But now Gunner and Sims made the team. Good showing by Sims in the preseason. I
And
thought.
Boykin made that team too. With that,
Yeah.
Boykin's probably one of the people that has veteran leadership on that receiving corps.
Yeah, I think that was a given there.
Yeah, I mean, and then him and Claypool, that weren't they teammates?
At Notre Dame, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now they let go of a few, but also brought a few back. And TA, you'll be happy to know that Cody White was back, signed to the practice squad. Where is that? Do you have that list up there? Who else got pulled in?
Well, Cody White's got that job because his dad's working for the Steelers.
Thank you, Bubba, because I'm kind of thinking, if we're only bringing back one wide receiver, I'd rather see number 80 Tyler Vaughn's back than I would Cody. And I love Cody, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's what I've heard that about you.
But I'm here to say Vaughn's, I think, man, showed that physical aptitude that we really need in our wide receivers and are going to need in our wide receivers this year.
Well, and I think in a normal circumstance, in a normal season, Cody might actually make the team. But this wide receiver group seems to be the strongest point of the season.
Yeah.
Or the,
If it wasn't
of the team.
If it wasn't for Anthony Miller getting hurt, guys, because Anthony Miller would have made this team also. So that'd have been somebody like Sims probably would have went to the practice squad, I believe.
Oh, absolutely. And let's face it, we still have Anthony. He's on injured reserve, and we'll carry him into the season. So at some point in time here in about 5 weeks, somebody's going to end up going, which will probably be either Sims or Gunner. I think that those guys have about another 4 to 5 week audition period to see who's going to go ahead and secure that return specialist.
I think it's going to be Gunner.
So
I think so too.
Gunner
hands down.
actually looked good with Pickett, though. I mean, he played with him a lot. I mean, you never know. I don't know.
And Mav, he looked good with Mitch too.
He's that
Yeah.
small,
Right.
quick
Yeah,
guy,
that's true.
man. Good in the slant. Small,
Mhm.
quick guy, receiver.
Uh-oh. Oh, here we got something. This is a big one here.
Cool.
Facebook user, this is huge. Uh-oh. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can write essays and anything you want to do to get off your chest.
I guess. What do you
Wow,
have?
that's a lot of stuff.
30
And
character limit there.
yeah, and I'm sorry we don't know who you are with that
well,
knowledge, but
I'm not hooked on phonics, so I'm
yeah,
not going to attempt it.
That might be one
Okay.
of our guys. Hard to
that's
say.
the biggest.
I'm not
That's the
sure.
biggest one we ever had. Now Zach has been tuning in. He's been.
Bubba, you gotta be careful with your phrasing, man.
Me. What'd I do?
That's the biggest one we've ever had.
It
Well,
sounds
with
like
the-
Bubba.
Speak for yourself.
Oh my god.
This is this is a regular occurrence on our show, guys. We
Hey, Cowboy, thanks for tuning in. Scott Beck, thanks for tuning in. Brian Shields, thanks for tuning in on the Facebook stuff. And if anybody has any questions, I will bring it to the masses now. There's 6 of us. So
Well, let's keep moving here, guys. If you want to throw some of these comments out here, if they fill in, let's do that too. Up next is probably the biggest talking point, position wise, is the offensive
Okay,
line.
wait a second, JT. Bubba, What is Tommy talking about? Size?
I-
What do you got going on the side here that we don't
I don't know, but I
about?
just-
Between you and JT, I'm kind of getting a
Auto
little
Spa.
scared here.
Tommy, yeah, he's a rock and roller. What can I say?
And,
I'm
and
just
oddly
trying to work
enough,
I'm just trying to work the magic here.
oddly enough, TA, I don't know how it is on everybody else's screen, but you and I are the monkeys in the middle between the two. So, yeah.
But we forgot to talk about running backs.
Yeah,
We ain't
JT,
got
you
that
skipped
far
it.
Yet.
You-
Oh
we
yeah,
did.
okay. All right. Well, we
Yeah.
jumped ahead. My
Yeah, we
bad.
did.
Let's
I
go.
just-
Let's go back. Running backs, obviously, Najee, and this guy made his mark on the team, Jalen Warren,
Yeah.
and also they're keeping Benny Snell.
Why?
Would you? I mean, in your guys' opinion, would you rather have McFarland or Snell?
Oh,
I mean,
rather
these
have
Snell-
McFarland.
McFarland.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think-
but,
I
but
think-
Snell can play special teams well, if nothing else.
Oh, wait a second, Matt. If you not look, this whole team's filled with special teamers. I don't know if we're trying
That's
to
a good
fill out
point.
the special
That's
team
a really
roster,
good
or
point.
we're actually trying to fill out the rest of the lineup. Which
hilarious.
one is it?
Oh, that's hilarious. You're right. I can't argue there.
All right,
That's-
so
that's
yeah.
But I agree with you. But the problem is if you don't take Snell, that would admit that they were wrong, and they don't like to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
well, after
They have a
5
point to
years-
be made.
Yeah,
Well,
After
They-
5
they
years,
also-
they're wrong.
They also
Yeah,
kept
I
Derek
agree.
Watt.
I
They
don't
kept
disagree
Watt.
with you.
Watt
Yeah,
is
that's-
a fool.
oh,
That's
God.
ridiculous.
He's so
He's the great,
overpaid.
he's got the greatest job in the NFL.
Special teams. That's what he did. That's it.
Terrible.
Hey, Bazooka Joe is loving this squad, man. I'm telling you.
Well, maybe we should
he
get,
ain't got enough bubble gum.
well, we should get at least 2 touchdowns and some returns.
I will tell you the person out this list that I am disappointed of, and I hope they bring him back on the practice squad. I'd really like to see what Master Teague can continue to do because
Yeah, I
the
agree.
short time that we seen him play, it looked like he could have succumbed Benny Snell and actually got that short yardage distance that we needed in crunch time, where Snell still wants to dance back there like he's Le'Veon Bell. I don't know if he's listening to the wrong Michael Jackson songs, but he just don't have the moves.
Oh, TA, I missed
Well,
you, man.
I did like McFarland because he was running a lot of sweeps and he had a little bit of
Yeah.
speed. I
Yeah.
mean,
And he was hitting the hole this year. He was
Yes, he
actually
was.
hitting the hole.
well, what a
Even though
hole
it
there was,
crease.
not much.
It was a crease. It was a crease. He was
Yeah.
hitting a crease.
A
And he
sliver of
did
daylight.
well. He did well with that.
Teague was like Ladanian White.
Yeah.
Now, jeez, TA, I'm gonna have to do this one because somebody, I don't know who it is, but thanks, Facebook user.
Right, we got Pittsburgh Dad. Welcome to the
Yeah,
show.
well-
Oh, I gotta get the spectacle.
We got to find
He
out. who this
doesn't know
Facebook
what a
user is.
podcast is.
Yeah, I think it's that Tom. I think it's Tommy of Kiss Auto Spa. Kiss Auto Spa. He got his own business.
Well, so far, what Tommy's told me is he likes size, and it matters.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of size, because now we'll probably be on the offensive line, which I don't even know if I even going to waste my time talking about these fucking degenerates.
Well,
I mean, this is bad. This is really, really bad.
I'll just put it this way. Is anybody confident on anybody on the offensive line at this point right now?
well,
No.
let's run through them. Let's
Well,
run
wait a
through them
second.
real quick. Mason Cole at center, pick up in free agency. James
Negative.
Daniels, he's what, right guard? Picked up from Chicago, and then obviously Dotson, Green, Asenauer, Dan the Turnstile Moore, and Tukes Okafora. Makes up the group, and then
Terrible.
also an addition noted today in a trade from Minnesota. Minnesota.
Yeah, well, I mean, we gave
Yes,
up
David.
a 7th-round pick or something for him. So what does that tell you?
Next
He
year.
probably got a bag of fucking combos and a beef jerky.
Well, we gave up the pick that we got from Denver after we gave up the 6th-round pick. So we'll come back to that, Mav. Hang
We'll
tight,
get back to
okay?
Okay,
We're
sorry.
just shuffling picks right now.
Yeah, we got you all turned around there. So, okay, big elephant in the room here. Hate to use that saying, but that's what it is.
So you
lot
asked
of-
the question, do we feel good about anybody? Absolutely. There's one cat we haven't heard a damn thing about all preseason, which tells me he's doing all right, and that's Mason Cole. Other than that, we got to scrap the line. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible.
yeah, center play hasn't been the cause for concern quite as much as the rest of the line when you look at who's blasting through and who's
Well, and the
still-
encouraging thing is this is his first year in town with 3 different quarterbacks. I don't think there's been one fumbled snap.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, yay.
So we're
Hey,
winning.
Hey,
We've won something on the
small
offensive
victories.
line, Bubba.
FT,
one
good
win.
point. Good point. You got to take
Hey.
the small victories, right?
Right.
Ex-
No fumble
exactly.
snaps and no interceptions this preseason, too. We got to give a little bit of kudos here.
Give it to the quarterback.
Yes.
I'm giving
Right.
everything to the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks are the strongest part of this team, which I didn't think it would be. It's the strongest part of this team. It's probably a B+ to an A- right now as I speak going into this season. The offensive line is an F, a G, and an H. Because I know this whole year I'm going to be bitching about the offensive line because Najee is going to get killed in the backfield, and it's going to be really, really bad. It's going to be worse than last year, I think, already.
Is that a Marion Center grading scale? I don't.
It is a Marion Center grading scale.
Okay.
I'm
I've
glad
been
you
mad-
clarified that. I thought we
mad all
were
day.
getting ready to talk about the opera. I thought this was musical notes here. Hey, I will say this, though. As far as the offensive line goes, as Tomlin would say, let me get all bug-eyed. We're not going to live in our fears, and this is a moving train. And we've got to go ahead and work with what we got. And do we feel comfortable with where we're at? No, we don't feel comfortable with that. But that's where the coaching comes into play. And we're going to coach these guys up. And where we stand now, we're ready to put these men on the field because that's how we play football. Next man up.
Good enough. I'm motivated now.
Well, if 3 of I'm ready to go get a sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, now, Facebook user said about Leglue getting re-signed. He was one of the first notables to get cut, and I'm really surprised he didn't get picked up. But
I like him more than I like most of these guys that are starting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm with you there.
Just because
Definitely.
he still plays with tenacity and he still tries and he's still young. But, I mean, they should have never even went out and made that trade for Minnesota to get that Jesse Davis. They should have just put Legoop in and let him go.
Well, that might be the case in any given moment this season. But Zach mentioned something that I posted earlier, that Green should have been cut and they kept Leglue. I thought I wasn't sure Green would make the team.
Well, Green's offseason workout with Pouncey did him pretty good, got him a little bit of weight, got him some strength, and he couldn't even contain a block.
Still got pushed back.
I was going to say, he looked more like a sled to me out there than anything in practice. The way they were throwing him around.
Yeah.
All right, so but
we're going to be bitching about this all season long. I just know it.
Yep.
On my show and your show and every show, it's going to be crazy.
All right, now I got to ask a question, guys. And this is seriously taking it back down.
Okay.
Does anybody in this panel really feel comfortable with the signing and the money we gave Chooks? And can somebody tell me why?
I thought he was a bust.
Familiarity.
I guess. I mean,
Stick with the devil, maybe. I don't know. Can't answer
I have
that.
nothing.
You got him
I have
stumped.
nothing for you.
I wish I had something to say. I really don't.
All right, that answers my question, guys. Let's move on to the next topic.
All right.
We're in what position?
Try not to skip. Let's go tight ends next, since we're on offensive line. Let's go on the bookends there. Freiermuth, Gentry, and then, of course, this year's pick, Connor Hayward.
Of course, because his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Kevin Rader, which I was kind of sad to see go. Thought he played pretty solid through the preseason. Jay Sternberger released from that group, but three strong tight ends there. I think that's a strong group.
JT, I gotta correct you. Rader only took 6 snaps, man. He only had 1 catch out of six attempts, man, receiving.
Yeah, you must have been thinking of Connor.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Radar and how he fell off, or Raider fell off the radar.
It was a mass unit that had to call him. He had to work.
Yeah.
He was just simply odd man out there. Odd man out.
Do you think Connor is on his team because of his brother or based on his athletic ability?
No.
Because I seen him play in the scrimmage, like a training camp. I kind of liked him.
He's
I
got
mean,
great
He's a
hands.
utility guy.
I don't know his exact college numbers, but from what I've seen him play a few times, and he played well.
Okay.
Really did. So I think he could be an asset to the team, or he could just be another special teamer. Well, again, I don't know. It could go either way. It depends how much playing time he gets.
So he could play fullback too. So they could cut Derek Watt and put Connor at fullback.
They could.
They could.
Good.
But
So
they
now
won't.
here-
They'd have to
now
know
here-
they were wrong.
They won't.
Well, now
He'd like
here's
to
something.
engage back.
Here's something. Now, we already knew they were going to keep Connor because of his last name. And let's face it, if Connor was as tall as Cam, 6'6", would we even be talking about this?
No.
No, he'd be your second. He'd be your second tight end probably.
He'd be your second tight end. But right now, he's a tweener. So now, Mr. Canada, if you're listening to us numbnuts talk about this, I've been thinking about this now for a minute or two, okay? I would like to see on the goal line the big package. You bring out Gentry. You bring out Firemove. You put Connor and you put Derek Watt in the backfield. Leave the workhorse on the bench. Let's run some silly plays out of that formation and see if we can't get that extra yard.
We should.
You
with
read
Mitch.
my mind. I was going to
Oh,
pitch
wow.
this to you guys.
Whoa.
See what
TA
you thought of
table
it.
on the same page.
We
Yeah.
See?
When's the
let's
last
go
time
with
you
this.
felt
Let's
heavy
go with
breath?
this.
So you thought I was lying when I said I've been talking to Captain America.
All right, you got your offensive line. 2 tight ends blocking.
Do we have an offensive line?
No.
Well, your offensive line, not
We have some
a
guys
offensive
standing
line.
there.
All right, so you got those 5. You got 2 tight ends on the edges. Make them blockers. I formation, running back, fullback, blockers. Just put 1 receiver out there. You're golden. You got 9 protectors, 1 quarterback, and a receiver.
As long as it's Pickens.
And I agree. And you want to know what, Cable? I'll take this one step further because I'm
Oh,
hoping
shit.
I was hoping I didn't have to do all of Canada's work. But why not throw Sims and or Gunner back there
Yeah.
in that formation in a wing T?
Ooh.
Look, you're saying ooh, but let me tell you
No,
something.
no,
Matt.
no. I like Gunner. I like Gunner.
And that's the oldest offense that is still to this day the most difficult to defend, even at the professional level. We just don't see it because we don't run it. And everything goes retro, baby.
Yeah,
I know.
well,
It's Tecmo.
Mhm.
everything does come full circle.
But also,
Mhm.
too, Mitch is going to have a lot to do with that down there. And he's more than likely, he's going to get a lot of yards on his legs. And he's going to run it right in.
They're all going to have to.
I mean,
and good
quarterback
thing
sneak.
Canada's offense requires them to have legs because Ben
Well,
would be dead.
Ben would have been done against Jacksonville with 7 sacks. Last week would have been 5, and Ben would have been done. And I love Ben, but that offensive line would have killed him, and he would have been quicker, getting ice cream quicker than he did before. But honestly, if Mitch Trubisky lasts this whole season, I believe, because I gotta throw stuff out there. I believe Mitch Trubisky could be the comeback player of the year if he plays the whole season. If they don't give it to Kenny, they give it to Kenny, he's fucked. But that could be a possibility.
I can give you that. Amen, brother. I'll give you that.
Thank you. I need to get something. Thank you.
Freight train.
I agree
Freight
with
train.
Bubba. What?
You agree?
Wake up over.
Yes, I agree with him.
Well, thank you. A lot of people don't agree with
Great
me.
minds think alike.
Forgive us, there, Steeler fans. Freight Train gets a little starstruck, and when you've got the 3 triple Bs, he's still wanting to know how he's going to ask for their jersey or an autograph at the end of the show. That's
I
what's
got him in
going
the
on
back
over
right there. In
Yeah,
the back.
where he is.
8 by
He
10.
doesn't want my jersey.
Hey,
No,
he'd get along with Bubba real well then.
Yeah.
Well, Mav's not going
I've,
to give up that one so quickly.
I've seen Bubba push little kids out of the way to get autographs.
Yep.
Mark my words.
I'm an attention-seeking
wish-
whore, and I can't help it.
I
It
wish I was
happens.
kidding.
Move, kid. Ben,
Yeah.
Ben.
Well,
come here, Ben.
I love.
Can I have your
Hey,
shoe?
I love Ben. I love it.
Ben makes Bubba go from 6 to midnight faster
6 to
than
midnight. Yep.
I tell you what.
I don't know who's going to
It's-
make it this year. Maybe TJ Watt. I
No.
don't know.
Guess who our MVP is going to be this year?
I already know. It's going to be when we get to him.
Your man.
My man. We'll get to him, and I'll say it when we get to him. And if he
Okay.
wins,
All
All right.
I'm going to keep everybody in suspense.
Well,
But my guys know. They know.
Yep.
They bust my chops all the time.
Well, then before we go to the defensive side of the ball, I just want to go ahead and add then the offensive rookie this year for the Steelers will be Mr. Pickens.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
that's
believe
what Zach
Zach
just
said
said.
that. Yeah.
Oh, way to go, Zach Stutzman. Look
Yep.
at that guy. He's probably thinking I'm copying off of him. Zach, quit listening to the show. We don't want your input.
Still holding on to Juju, though.
That's what he says. I forgot about you.
Yeah,
He's
there
gone.
you go. He's
He's
gone.
already
He's
gone.
out of here.
Yep. Once
Let
you're
go.
gone a Steeler, I don't care. Once you
Let
don't
go,
wear the
Zach.
black and gold, I don't care what you
What-
do or where you're at.
Which one of which one of our wide receivers are going to be the new Juju?
No
and-
TikToks. No
and go
TikToks, man.
go crazy
No.
with social media. That's what
No.
I'm saying.
No,
I don't
no
know.
TikToks.
Which one's it going to be?
Probably
None.
Chase Claypool.
Probably Pickens.
Yeah, well,
Evan Chase
I guess
Claypool.
Claypool never stopped.
Yeah.
Pickens has already made his like viral, TikTok or whatever, with his silly look at the TV when he got drafted. That pose.
Oh yeah,
that'll
yeah.
that'll go on forever. And his little head. I don't know what.
For
you call
him, and then doing Antonio Brown's dance, he's
that.
he's set. I mean, he's got the swag, he's got the chip on his shoulder. I think he's gonna blow up.
We got to get him the ball. We got to feed him the ball, though.
Yeah,
Feed him
get
the
him-
ball.
Just everybody stay out of trouble. That's all we need to do.
Yep. Just go home. Go home and play
I mean,
video
it's
games. Don't do nothing crazy.
Tailor made. I mean, at some point, if like what you guys are alluding to, Trubisky doesn't end up finishing out the year, Pickett to Pickens, like that's just.
Mhm. You got the
I can
PP,
see
baby.
I can see the graphics on the screen and everything already. And
Yeah.
Sunday morning interviews and the pre-show, and just
Can't
it's
wait
gonna
for
be
all the announcers to botch that one.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll massacre it. Craig, Travis Williams, thanks for tuning in. I got a couple Cowboy fans on these Facebook Lives on this one. I'm telling you, we're getting a lot. Everybody from all walks of life.
Nah, the more the
Travis,
merrier.
I don't know what to tell you, but
That's it, man. Appreciate you
Hey,
guys.
yeah,
Hey,
thanks for
Cowboy
tuning in.
fans, how's James Washington doing for you guys?
Yeah. Hey, Dub.
Yeah, you watch.
That's
He'll
our
go
guy,
there and
man.
he'll blow up.
No, I think he got hurt.
He did.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah, they kept him. They signed. They put him on the IR.
terrible.
About
I
5
always
more
had high
weeks.
hopes for him.
Oh,
too.
you and me both. You and me both.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure out why I didn't get more balls thrown.
So before we go to the defense real quick, do you think our offense will actually score more than 13 to 17 points a game with what we have and all the skilled position players that we have?
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
can dink and dunk and don't have
Okay.
to hold on to the ball too long.
Yeah, if we
I-
had
I'm
a
not-
half decent offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not hopeful for like Najee to be, as effective as he could be. But with Trubisky's legs and these wide receivers, they should be able to score some points.
Well, Najee should get over 12 with that line he had last year and the shitty line he had. He got
Yeah, but
1,200. So
he-
let's go. I'll tell you what. I won't be greedy. I'll take 1,350. Give me 1,350 yards. I'll do that, and 8 touchdowns. I'm okay with that.
I hope you're right, but
I'm never
Don't
right.
forget his workload.
you need a hole.
Yes, you
Words
do.
to live by.
I think
Yep.
that we have the potential to score 30 points every game.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
no. I think we have the potential.
I think you have the skill
question is-
players.
We do have great skill players.
We do. We do. The
Zach, I'm
question-
going to say no. Or yes. This is his last year.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
agree.
say
Yeah.
yes.
The question is, though, can Canada come up with enough plays to keep the ball rolling in blitz situations to keep this offense on the field? because it's going to become down to coaching. It really, truly is calling the right play at the right time.
Yep.
Putting the right players in the right position.
Execution is going to be the key.
Execution is going to be the key. Forget the offensive line. Execution is going to be the key.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
if we can execute, there's no reason this team can't put up 30 points a game.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, I hope you're right too.
Because there's a lot of offenses out there that
can
can that we're going against. So I hope you're right, TA.
Let's keep rolling here, guys. D-line, Montravius Adams, Alualu, Hayward, the new DeMarvin Leal, Loudermilk, of course, Larry Ogunjobi, and veteran Chris Wormley all make the team in the D-line.
All great on paper, but if they can't stop the run, it's all for shit.
Yep.
All great on paper. All great on paper, but if they can't stop the run, we're in a shitload of trouble.
Freight train, 10 seconds.
The question I have is, I don't think we've even seen Loudermilk at all this preseason because he's been injured. I don't like the idea of cutting Mondu because I think in the preseason, if the defensive line had a bright spot, he was in the middle of it.
The Frenchman. And me
The Frenchman showed up to play.
The Frenchman I would have kept over Chris Wormley. I don't even think I heard Chris Wormley's number called all year. And quite honestly, since he's come over from the Ravens, has he really been worth that 4th-round pick we gave up for him?
No.
Well, I don't know about that, but I thought he'd been solid last year. Anyhow,
I mean, the starting defensive line, they're all in their 30s. So, I mean, instead of
not everybody's as youthful as you, Bubba.
I know I'm 27. I thank you. I know.
Hey.
I don't know. And Montev Adams has been hurt the whole preseason, and they signed him to they signed a deal with him in the offseason. And Zach, there he goes.
Him and Loudermilk. Thank you, Zach. Keep listening, buddy. Montez and Loudermilk both started practicing again. So they've hit the field. They'll be ready here in 2 weeks. So it'll be interesting. Henry has a motor. The Frenchman. Mandu.
I thought he was just going to be the odd man out. That's why he got cut, because he was the odd man out. That's what I figured.
Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't been signed to the practice squad yet.
If he doesn't, somebody will pick him up.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the other thing is anybody else worried that Alu is going to be the Alu that we've known and loved, or has he lost a step, another year older, and no football for a year? For a young guy, you can snap back. I mean, he's 35 years old now.
Yeah, it's hard.
Are we going to get what we really are? We living in the past on this pick right now? This player, are we living in the past?
I would say yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I would have to agree. I mean, anything could happen, but I'm going to say you're probably right, TA.
I mean, they made that decision pretty quick to sign him again.
Well, and Cam's got 12 years too, so he's not a spring chicken either, and they can't rely on Cam Hayward.
But I tell you what,
he's a motor. I know, but I mean, they just gotta stop the run. It doesn't matter who's lining up. They can't stop the run. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Well, I think the huge pickup here is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Picking up the great one, I think, is going to give us the end pieces that we need to this offense.
Well, he's going to beat Vader every time. So
he's our only hope.
Yep.
Oh, all right, cool. Anything else on D-line? Up next, linebackers.
Once again, that sums it up.
Yep.
All right, let's talk some bright spots. Mark Robinson, camp phenom this year.
But does he get an opportunity, or is he just going to be special teams? Like we all been saying, everybody's going to be special teams.
Well, James Harrison was a special teamer, if you recall, too.
I know.
But what's the chances we're going to strike lightning in a bottle twice?
It doesn't happen.
I don't know. With this kid,
Bill Hillgrove will differ with you. Would beg to differ with you on that. But
On what? On
I like
on,
this.
on Robinson? Well, we
yeah.
need Bill on the show. Bill should give us some viewpoints.
Thanks, Facebook
Do
user.
you guys even watch football? Yeah, we watch football all the time, buddy. We watch football all the time.
absolutely, Manchester's going all the way.
Yeah.
It's football, not football.
In between my DC stuff. Yes, thank you. And Marvel. Thank you.
and Bubba's other obsession.
All right. So
He says, "All right."
Before we get to who we brought in and made another trade for, we got, in addition to Robinson, your friend of mine, Spillane, Robbie Tuska, obviously the defensive player of the year, along with Highsmith, and Miles Jack, off-season acquisition, and of course number 55, our top linebacker in his fifth year of his contract. It did not get extended.
What a bust.
So how long is it going to be before he starts riding the pine?
Well, his dad calls into the Pittsburgh local radio sports talks and starts.
Well, if he
bitching
wants
because
to join
people-
us, he can. I mean,
Well, he
we'll
can.
talk to
Yeah.
him.
Well,
Maybe that was Facebook user.
maybe it was.
It's Mr. Bush.
Yeah, maybe.
Kevin's dad.
Yep, not the president.
Oh,
There you go, Facebook user who already labeled. We know who you are.
yeah. I just think it's very this linebacking core is without TJ Watt healthy and Highsmith needs to be healthy. It's just very subpar.
Well, I'll tell you what. I do like the fact we picked up Malik Reed. I watched that
Yeah,
kid in
good
Denver
pickup.
the last couple of years. Very good pickup. He's young. He's eager. He can play both left and right side, which means he can spell both Highsmith and TJ. The question is, are we going to go ahead and treat him better than what we did Melvin last year? Or are we getting ready to repeat history here on this? Because I get it. Melvin probably should have came in and started last year and let Highsmith learn the defense a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't happen. And I'm not saying Malik should start, but if he starts showing better signs, then I think that you need to pull the trigger and make Highsmith the rotational piece in this offensive on the outside linebacker core.
That's fair
Well,
enough.
As far as that goes, I think he was brought in with the expectation of exactly what he was going to get. It's like kind of a backup role. Whereas I think they promised the moon to our guy from last year,
Melvin.
Yeah,
They probably gave him too much.
or kind of misled him a little bit was the gist of that.
Tomlin probably
He was
did.
gonna give him
Tomlin
playing
probably
time.
did.
Yeah. So,
But we
Now-
shall see if our linebackers can cover any tight ends or anybody here very, very soon, especially in this first game.
Well, the only one that can is Miles Jack. We've seen that in the preseason. We know Spillane can't unless Spillane's playing in a phone booth, and I've said it for 2 years now. Unless he's in a phone booth, he ain't covering anybody. All right, it's just the way it is. All right. And then Devin Bush, for whatever reason, he is out of place. He cannot shed a block. He gets swept up in the wash. He's not seeing his reads as quick as what he should. And if that's the case, then go ahead and let's put Mark Robinson in there. Or better yet, let's rob somebody from Bazooka Joe off of the special teams and make Benny Snell a damn inside linebacker if we're going to put him on the roster.
Why not? Why not?
Well, and that's what I was going to lead into was that might be how Mark Robinson gets on the field is with a third down sub package to utilize his speed and hopefully he has cover skills. I mean, hopefully it's better than what we have now.
Get
So-
Derek Watt out there. He's got to have some kind of genetics that can be a linebacker, right? Jesus.
He could
he's
probably
so
fall
overpaid.
down and get in the way.
Yeah, exactly. All he's got to do is trip somebody. I don't know.
Hey, it is what it is. He's linebacking. I mean, well, Buddy Johnson. Yeah, Buddy couldn't catch a cold. I'm sorry, Buddy was terrible.
I mean, he was always around the ball, standing there helping somebody up.
you know, we're good Facebook user with all those guys. We spent a lot of money. We have to produce.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and
One of the highest paid defenses, right?
Yeah, we gotta come to play.
What is Watt's status right now?
He's okay.
he's ready to play.
He's
According
okay.
to Tomlin,
Yeah,
he's good to go.
He's okay.
Okay.
He's okay.
No, even Watt came out and said it too. He said, look, he said, I'm okay. He says it tweaked the knee a little bit, wasn't quite 100% preseason. I felt okay with coming out. It was the regular season. I'd have still been in there.
Well,
and the bottom line is he doesn't need to.
Exactly. Yep.
He didn't need to be in there.
No.
Nope.
He's in prime form.
Craig, Stevie V, and Big Donnie Fomer, thanks for tuning in to the MegaCast 4, guys. If you have any football questions, since we don't know football, we're here to talk.
Yeah, we don't watch it.
Nope.
We don't watch it. We just read the news.
Yeah. But also, too, we get to another positions on this defense, too. But this defense that we're coming to with these positions are getting labeled with the injury bug if we go to the secondary. You know, the secondary is just misfortune under misfortune. That's all.
Well, KZ, for one.
That sucked.
It did.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Why do you guys think we
wrist
can't draft CBs? Like why can't we draft? Like we can get wide receivers all day long, but we can't get quarterbacks.
Mav, I'm going to answer that question, and we
Please.
solved that here. We solved that here just 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
We didn't have anybody in the scouting department that understood what it meant to be on an island. Hence the reason why we went and got Stone Hands as a scout. So expect great things to come out of
Tomlin's
this.
a secondary coach.
Well, he is a secondary coach, and he's also needs to work on his zone because this Tampa 2 in a zone defense does not work. It creates bigger holes. I'm not sure if he sees that yet or not, but I sure the hell do, because by God, we could put a truck stop in the middle of some of these holes that we're creating in the zone, and that's not what it was designed for.
Why would they even hire Hands of Stone anyway? Didn't he get just fired from ESPN recently? Like, why would you even pick him up? Because he has the expertise on scouting, like I have scouting abilities. You know what I mean?
He's just as important as us. He has a podcast.
Oh,
and
great!
he watches football.
All right.
And
okay.
We're all armchair quarterbacks in the end, man. We all got to start somewhere, Bubba.
Well, I know I got a heavy recliner. I'm a heavy recliner armchair quarterback with a heavy recliner.
Well, I think I'm about to roll in with another solution here, guys.
Okay.
For anybody that's out there watching, Tomlin, Belichick, any of those guys,
They're watching.
I think there needs to be I think there needs to be a summit between Tomlin and Belichick, because we can draft quarterbacks with our eyes closed accidentally, but we can't find a goddamn receiver to save our life. So I think the two heads need to come together and share each other's experiences, because, I mean, that's a match made in heaven right there.
Oh, that's funny.
You guys find receivers on trees, and we can't. 20 years now, we can't draft one.
But yet you guys always pick up great secondary guys.
Yeah, that's without. Yeah, we lose J.C. Jackson, and we look like we're ready to go already again.
Well, here's the thing, and here's one thing: was anybody surprised that Elijah? Now, granted, Elijah Riley, you know, he was a late training camp acquisition. Looked like he showed some stuff, man. He was around the ball. I liked his quickness out there. Looked like he picked up the defense. One of the first cuts, but we did retain him on the practice squad. And then we also picked up Levi Wallace. And
that's what Zach was saying here too.
Yep.
And I agree. I mean, I think it's a good pickup. But
right. And then I think finally our secondary might actually be our strongest spot on this defense. And does that beg the question, do we not even worry about our aging D line and we just do a 2-1-8?
Oh, I don't know about that. You don't want your leading tackler to be Fitzpatrick.
Well,
Not again.
with 8 DBs out there, he doesn't have to be. He can be the guy who roams around the cabin, Bubba.
Well,
I
that
mean, you got
cabin,
Or the
7
truck
other
stop.
DBs
yeah, that
there.
cabin porch is eeky with Breaky.
He
with,
could be out there working the truck stop.
well,
He can be
I
out
don't
there
know.
exactly.
No,
man.
I
He
can't
can
agree.
work at the
I can't
truck
agree
stop.
with you guys. It's the secondary might be the best position on the defense because there's a couple position players on these others, like the line TJ and Cam Hayward. Other than that, I mean, everything else is, you know,
You got to
subpar.
give. I think you got to give Miles Jack his due too.
Right.
Well, we
you
shall
got,
see.
You got well. And
I'm a little
don't forget
scared. That big
Obi-Wan.
money doesn't produce results sometimes.
No, you're right.
Well, God bless you, because I've been wrong all day. But
No. But
We believe in you, Bubba.
thank
at
you.
least I'm excited about the secondary.
Excited?
I'm
Okay.
excited.
Well, who do we have in
I'm
the
excited.
secondary?
Well, we got, excuse me, your friend of mine, safety, Terrell Edmonds.
Oh, that's great.
Obviously, Minka.
That makes Bubba feel better.
Hey.
Zach had a comment about Edmonds.
Yeah.
I
We
don't
got him.
disagree.
We got him cheap. He's like Dollar General.
Yeah, we picked,
and in the worst spots.
we picked him up for a bag of cotton candy. We're
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, Indiana
that
Fair
in
for
bag
20
of
bucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Arthur Millette. Trey Norwood.
I like
James
Trey
Spear,
Norwood.
You might as well
Cam
stop.
Sutton.
You're going to give Bubba a heart attack.
Blitz guy, obviously Levi Wallace, and then Witherspoon.
But I do like Witherspoon. He come on at the end of the season last year, had 5 interceptions, and he actually was
Yeah.
he played balls out, you know, in the last part of the season. I do like him. You know what I mean? But
And Sutton plays a pretty good slot. And let's not forget, you still got Arthur Millette, who, okay, look, I said it last year. This year, he kind of stepped it up a game. Last year, he was probably the least athletic guy on the field, but he played with the most heart. And he filled in pretty good for Mike Hilton.
well, we don't have Justin
Now-
Lane anymore, thank God. So
Yeah, Lane's gone.
He got picked up too.
He did.
He got snagged.
well, with Carl Joseph getting hurt, that did not help. And then with, you know, the injury from Sunday, you know, that sucked. Carl and Kazreed getting hurt did not help.
Yeah.
That did not help at all. And and he was actually going to be in that package, that dime package, and they were talking him up like he could have been like maybe a starter or put him in different positions. But now, since he's hurt, he's not on IR. But maybe he can come back when we start talking about the games and we give our picks. You know, hopefully he can come back sooner than later.
Yeah, and I think our
injury.
cornerback room, a lot of those guys are pretty darn good at playing man-to-man coverage, and it looks like they're doing a little bit something different with Terrell Edmonds, at least in the last preseason, is he's coming more towards the line of scrimmage than getting caught out in the secondary because he can't cover worth hell. You know what I
Been
mean?
calling for
So,
that for
so now
years.
Minka can be back to being more of a ball hawk than having to kind of reconsider and keep his eyes on the line of scrimmage because he's going to think he's got to come in and stop the run because we can't stop it in the first two phases.
Yeah, good point. But we're now calling the secondary the truck stop. So just so you know.
Oh,
Trade.
Only in the zone.
Defensive line is the turnstile and the quarter.
Well, that could be the toll booth
Yeah.
before the truck stop.
Toll
Yeah.
booth.
It's some crazy shit goes down the truck stop.
Easy
Trust
pass.
My God, it sounds like we're talking about the Pennsylvania Turnpike here.
me. Hard to navigate,
Oh.
but you know.
okay,
man.
so
All right.
Not for
Next
some
up.
people.
Special teams, guys. Special teams.
Do we have to talk
Here
about
we go.
this?
Well,
We talked about this the whole show.
No,
Everybody
we could. I was-
It should be the strength
I've
of
been-
our team.
I've
Yes.
been waiting. This is
Save
my
the best for last.
this will
That's
be my
right.
black and gold player of the week. Probably for
Every week,
numerous,
every week.
Yeah, maybe we just give
I
Bubba
love
the
this guy.
single.
He-
Just drop everybody else off and let.
this guy got paid, and we're gonna
I
need
tell
him.
you what, Chris Boswell's been good ever since he recovered from his breakup from IUP. That girl treated him like shit, and he had a bad
Well,
year. But
yeah.
now he's good. He's on fire. And last year, I believe 10 out of 15 games, he was my most valuable player.
And
Last
Cable and
year.
I
Solid.
busted his chops, but
Yep,
he wasn't wrong.
picked
You
him,
weren't wrong, Bubba.
picked
You
him
were not
every. I love him, and that's what we're gonna need. He's gonna average 3 to 4
What do you
field
love
goals a
about
game.
him, Bubba? What do you love
Well,
about him?
because first off, he's a tall guy, and he can kick,
He likes legs.
and he likes legs.
legs.
Yeah, but also he's gonna 3 out of 4. He's gonna kick 3 to 4 field goals a game.
Is it his boyish looks that turn you on?
Well,
Hey, I mean,
he looks like he's 15. Yeah,
He does look like he's 15.
he looks young.
Bubba,
Hey,
what's
I'm
your
full
problem?
pack.
No, I don't have a problem. I'm saying he looked young.
Right.
He likes him young. And oh my God,
Uh,
this is bad.
we're good.
Oh boy.
No wonder
Well,
you
if
got kicked out
anybody's
of-
still out there,
Yeah,
we
Well,
appreciate it.
I do have a
well,
fiance. That's how I roll. But no, he does. He has that
she's
boyish.
16, not 15.
Yeah,
by the way.
15, 16, 17, whatever. He just looks young.
No wonder he got banned in like 72 countries or something.
Yeah.
You're
All
talking
right,
about
what
being a
about our
pedophile
300
here.
What about our
Yeah.
300-pound punter?
Juvenile predator.
300-pound butter.
Huh? What do you think
Well,
about our 300-pound punter?
He better shine if this offensive line doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Be a
Hey,
busy man.
we might have to repurpose from people. I'm telling you, Watt needs to be repurposed. Harvin needs to be repurposed. I mean, whatever it takes. Next man
him
up,
in-
right?
Hey,
Right.
hey,
He'll have a better year than he had last year.
Yeah, he
Finding
was
the
going
ball.
through a lot last year.
A lot of
Cable, here
emotional
you go.
stuff.
here, we're going to add to the heavy package, and let's put Harvin in as the fridge.
There we go.
Oh.
Ah, on to something there. And then
Yeah, let's just have 10 blockers and just have Trubisky try and run every play. Just
okay
make a
with that.
giant wall.
That's right. It's like the Mighty Ducks formation, but, but it'll be the big rubber ducky formation.
Flying V on one.
That's right. Steel curtain.
Yeah, there you go.
He could probably be your Pro Bowler punter of the year. I'm
Bubba
gonna call
loves
it right
his
now. I'm gonna
kickers.
call it right now. Another
Bubba's a
one.
legs guy.
No, I'm
He
not.
loves
I'm
the legs.
no, I'm not a leg guy. But
I was talking about,
I know.
you like
I'm gonna believe. I
like the
believe that
wings
he will
better?
be because he's probably gonna get a lot of kicks this year. So he's gonna have some boomers, and he's gonna have to place it in some certain angle. His punts. I believe he's going to be the punter of the year. Last year was not his year due to the emotional loss of his grandfather and his dad in like that week's time, which is traumatic for anybody. This is going to be his year. He's going to prove it why he was the Ray Guy punter in college.
Well, and we've said it on the Steelers realm that it looked like he's not as worried about kicking the 60-yarder. It looks like he's really worked on his hang time on his kicks, because now the special teams has time to get down the field and make a play on the special teams. I mean, there was one game they had an average of like 4 yards a return on the punt returns against us. I'll
Which
take
is-
that 100 times out of,
Yeah.
I don't need
would
a
too,
60-yarder. I need some hang time to let my guys get down to the cover of the punt and try to get a turnover to make a short field.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And I want to see some coffin corner kicks. I want to see that ball placed inside the goal line and pin them back. That's really what I want to see come out of him this year. Some directional coffin corner kicks and laying that inside the goal line.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of, skilled special tactics like that with the offensive line not being able to hold up potentially, and maybe not having as much time
All our
on
good
your side.
players are on.
We could have the
special
best.
teams.
We probably could have the best skilled position like on offense in the NFL. All the
Yeah,
skilled
very
position
possible.
players.
And then, with the defense, if guys are running all over the place, even if they're not scoring, they're chewing up clock. Situational football is going to be huge this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
field position.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we got about 10 minutes left, I think, to get our predictions.
Whoa. Who's returning kicks, JT? We've talked about legs.
Gunner.
How about somebody that's going to run the ball?
Gunner.
There you go. Who is it?
Gunner.
Gunner.
Yeah.
I believe
I
so.
vote Gunner. I vote Gunner.
I don't know, man. I'm liking that Sims. I think he's a little shiftier.
I think he'll be good in some special plays in
Well,
offense.
let him play rock, paper, scissors or something.
Cable, you watched him at New England. Say something about Gunner and special teams.
That's a good
He
point.
was, yeah. I mean, he was a solid. I was really surprised they let him go. Honestly, he was very solid. For how the league is kind of turned away from return game and stuff, it's tough to quantify, but
Well, did you get excited when you seen Gunner run out on the field, Cable?
yeah. How do you not
How
get excited
excited?
over a guy named Gunner? Well, not 6 to midnight like Bubba over Boswell's legs, but
He does have a pretty sweet mullet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that mullet and that name Gunner.
The- and
I
the-
mean,
and the
that's the
accent,
match made in
too.
heaven.
The
That's like
accent
peanut
cracks
butter
me
and
up.
jelly.
Yeah, you're right. Well, it's hilarious because when Pickett, played the other day, they were at home and I don't know, was it the second or first preseason game, and they did an interview with Gunner after, and he's like, that the local team here really showed up their support for Kenny Pickett. I'm like, it's Pitt, man. It's Pitt. Just fucking say Pitt. Seriously, like you live here now. Just be aware of your surroundings. It's the easiest name you could coordinate, like Pitt, Pittsburgh, Pitt.
Yeah.
Man, if you forgot, he is still a Pollock.
Yeah, is what it is, I guess.
To fit right in Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A bunch of Yinzers.
We're adopt anybody, apparently.
Okay.
But yeah, Gunner for sure.
Yep. That's what I think.
Did he get much playing time in with the Patriots as a wideout?
No.
No.
Because Belichick loves those little guys.
No.
Yeah, he does, but
But I think he'll get a lot here.
He's caught more passes with the Steelers than he did his entire time in New England.
And that's just the preseason.
yeah,
And that's just
Yeah,
the
he-
preseason. Yeah.
Right.
I like
None-
him. I like
he
him.
was like strictly special teams.
He's
You
quick.
guys think this is Ryan Switzer 2.0?
Hey, as
Better.
long as he's not out there waving.
No.
He's better.
Mom,
He's better
hi,
than
Dad.
Switzer. Better.
Hopefully
He's better, Freight Train. He's better than
He's better.
And
I think.
JT's got his sass on tonight.
no,
He's good. I got to keep up with him, and I'm trying. I'm like, I'm 7 blocks behind.
Bubba, anywhere you go, you're 7 blocks behind.
I know because I'm
you're
heavy
wearing,
and slow.
You're
But
wearing
anyway,
sandals. We're
I know,
trying to get
'cause
to
I'm
a
heavy-
movie and you're
I'm
20
heavy
blocks
Jesus.
behind.
I'm heavy Jesus.
Yes,
Hey, I didn't get the nickname Freight Train for my quickness. I'll tell you that much.
Oh my. Okay, let's get these. What are we
it
doing
wasn't
now?
for speed, it's for torque, right, brother?
That's right.
Prediction.
It's all
It's the
about torque.
motion. It's the motion in the ocean.
You got it.
All right. If
Let's-
TA allows us to, let's get into the predictions for the season.
I think he just
So-
admitted you were the boss, TA.
Look,
In his own
Hey.
mind, he is.
I am a legend in my own mind.
me too,
I
TA.
think you're a legend.
Me too.
Gary's famous.
Mm-hmm.
He's famous.
FTA.
Yeah, the FTA.
He puts the F in TA. FTA.
Oh god, that's funny.
All right, let's go round robins, and what I'm going to do is we're going to go through and change first pick. So real quick, win loss, and then just like a 5-second why. All right. So here we go. You guys ready? We need a dinger bell in this one.
Hey, who's marking this down?
I got
a
it right here.
You got
Yeah.
a secretary?
I got a secretary.
Hopefully she's got legs or Bubba ain't paying attention.
Yeah, Bubba's not interested.
Oh, I yeah.
She's got to be 15.
No.
All right,
With
here we go.
boyish
guys.
good looks.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
No, we should have done this for another. Save this for another podcast.
No, I sent a link to the Extra Point podcast guy, JC Day, to give his pick. So he
Okay.
popping on. I'll get him here because I didn't want to like hit any buttons because I'm not real tech savvy, but
You do just fine. You do.
I
just-
know. I
He's fine.
know. I'm ready for these picks, man, because
All right. Well, you go
this is-
first then.
This is because this is the hardest
Oh, here, I
thing
got
to do.
Yeah,
We
I
have
have
a-
an order here.
We have an order, but it's just
We're
so
gonna
I just
follow.
want to put it out there.
I feel like we're in court.
People in
Order.
Steeler Nation, it's so hard for me to actually pick against the Steelers. I've been like that all my life. I cannot do it.
Yeah.
So when I pick these, it sucks because I have a bad week when they lose, and this is very hard to give a record. And it's just this is very hard. This is
What
so
he's saying
hard.
is he thinks with the wrong head.
I think that they win all the time, but I can't because it's not possible. But it's so hard to pick this stuff.
Fast forward 10 minutes, and Bubba has them 17-0.
Yep.
No, well,
yeah, you might as well just
check out my
save us a
check
lot
out
of
my
time.
first month. Let's go to the first month, and I'll let you know.
A lot of time,
So
and just tell them that
go.
they're going to lose 2 games.
Who we got? Yeah, I'm sorry, JT. I just get so.
All right. I'm going to kick it off. First game, Sunday, September 11th at Cincinnati. I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to go loss. I just don't think we're ready. Bubba, you're up.
Oh, I'm saying a win. It's upset. I upset win.
Okay.
Fuck Cincinnati. I'm
Yeah.
going right.
Tell us how you really feel.
Hey, hey, look, I'm right there with Bubba, man. We own that house, and granted, we didn't own it last year.
With Ben.
It doesn't matter.
It's a new era.
It's a new era. We're kicking right back.
We'll own him
off.
again when this man goes in.
We want
All
our
right.
dominance back. I'm taking the Steelers over the Bengals.
Cable.
Bengals, I think same thing, not ready.
Hey, I'm gonna bring JC Day in. Here he is. He could join.
Yo,
JC,
what
what's
up?
up?
What up,
Thanks for
everybody?
coming on.
Welcome.
Hey,
Big dog.
Pittsburgh.
Nice
everybody?
shirt.
JC Day
Nice.
of the Extra Point Podcast. We're just going to the first games, JC. So we'll get you in here. JT will get you in the loop. So we
put you
appreciate
in,
you
man.
popping on.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right. Freight train.
I'm going to say
Cincinnati.
loss, but I'm going to say we split the series with them. I think their house is going to be rocking coming off a Super Bowl victory.
Hey, you're jumping the
We
gun
lose the
here.
first
Yeah,
one.
come on,
One
Freight
week
Train.
at a time. Come on. Did anybody give you the rules?
Hey, just
JT, get
nobody
your people
laid
in
the ground.
order.
I mean,
All right.
One game at a time.
All right. Mav.
I got to go with a loss.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Thoughts on the loss? Nah, not going to make it.
Hey, Bubba, you know what I know what's going to happen after this? We're going to ask all of these little guys for their man cards when this is over with.
Well, you got Freight Train's like, well, they're going to split with them in the first game, and we're going to do this. Jesus Christ.
hey,
Hold up,
He's going
Freight
through the
Train.
whole
Hold up.
schedule.
He's a freight train. You can't stop him
Yeah.
once he gets
I
started.
put too much coal in. Okay, I'm sorry. Steam is building.
Okay, so
All
where,
right.
where we at, JT?
Big dog, what's your pick, man?
Big Dog, what's your pick for the first game of the season?
As much as I love Pittsburgh, I really think we're going to take this loss. We are. Because the chemistry's not there yet, especially if we started with Mr. Bissy or Kenny Pickens. So I think we're going to take a loss. This is going to be a lesson learned right here.
Oh,
That's the second time we'll get him. So
you just come on, right?
I'm going to give it to Cincinnati. But we do have a chance, though, because you guys got to remember, Las Vegas lost a lot of money last year when they sold us out against the Bills, and we want to win in that game. You know what I'm saying? So it is a chance, but I think we'll lose this game.
Okay,
Yeah.
Big Dog takes Cincinnati. Okay.
All right. Let's go in reverse order this time.
Well, what
Big
did
dog.
Cable say?
I went with Cincinnati.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
ain't taking the Steelers.
Oh,
He's probably
man.
0-17.
There. So, Big dog,
Bubba and Cable usually have the opposite record.
Yeah.
game 2. New England comes to town Sunday, September 18th, 1:00 game. Big dog, what you think?
Oh, we beating them. Oh, we beating the brakes off them. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. We beat the brakes off
That's
them.
why I brought
We're
you
not
on.
No, we're coming back after that road loss. We'll come back home and get our first double of the year.
Yeah,
Woo,
Big Dog,
okay.
you just went from the shit house to the penthouse. All
Yeah,
in that.
That's right.
All
All right, Mav, you're up, man.
I'm gonna go with the Big Dog. I'm going with the Steelers
Okay.
just because
All
I said
right.
so.
Because he's
You're looking for an
Freight train.
You guys ever put ketchup on a Big Mac? I know it's not Heinz Field anymore. We're gonna smother them with ketchup. We're kicking their ass. We're winning.
He's
Who the
practicing
hell
that one
puts-
all day.
Who the hell puts
I have.
ketchup on a
I like
Big
it.
Mac?
I
thought
like
I
it.
hit it. I thought I hit it. I thought I hit it real well.
All right.
Okay.
It's better than the special sauce I was thinking.
Oh shit.
There we go. Always falling back on that. Cable.
Cable's muted.
Yeah.
muted.
Cable
Don't
says the
care.
Steelers by
Said we don't
4.
care.
Big W for New England.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
I mean, I can't pick against them.
I
But
think
I
we
honestly-
I wouldn't expect you to.
I personally think
First time
I
I've
wouldn't
ever hit
expect
that
that.
button, and it's you, Cable. You just
That's
I-
amazing.
see, I think we should do a mega cast during that game so we can just bust
nobody
Cable
wants to
Scott
see
until
that.
time. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Then what happens if New England wins? And it's just
then you could bust all of
five
our
guys
chops.
sitting around not saying anything.
No, it'd just be a sausage fest.
Oh,
Then.
I'll say a lot.
There we
believe
go.
me.
Yeah.
But no, I just think New England's defense is going to be enough to counter the quarterbacks trying to get a grasp in Pittsburgh.
Holy shit! Drink your Mountain Dew.
So game 2, you don't think Steelers have it together yet in game 2? We had 2 losses.
Not against this team. But I wouldn't expect it any other way. I appreciate that you love your team, Cable. So I respect you for that.
Oh, thanks, bub.
I mean, I do.
You're up.
Hey, look, NFL, this is going to be a big home opener. There's no way they're going to roll out Trubisky and not pull out a W for the fans. They need people packing the stands for the rest of the season. We start out 2-0 so the pundits can say, oh, my God, look at this team go.
That's right.
There's a ton of energy about this game already. I'm
for
feeling
sure.
it and hearing it. Definitely. Bubba?
Well, you know what I'm going to say, because A, we're not playing against a guy because he's down in Florida at Tampa Bay. So it's a whole
Well,
new,
yeah.
Okay, I haven't got that far yet. So I'm going with the Steelers home opener, big upset over the New England Patriots. I believe that the
Do you
Patriots are
think
not
that's
going
an
to win.
upset?
I
Yeah.
don't think that's an upset.
Well, you know why? Because
it
we
could
don't
go
play
either
them that
way,
well. We don't
honestly.
play them that well.
Because
we're
Tom
not
Brady
good.
was there.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
Belichick knows all.
Belichick.
Hey, Bubba, keep in mind, man, the series is only 17-16 Patriots. So it's right back and forth.
Well, yeah,
man.
in the
It's a
80s, we
500
kicked
Yeah.
series.
Well, okay, but there's a
Steve Groban.
very distinct gap in the point of time where things went one way and not the other.
I hate New England as much as I hate the Ravens. So to me,
And this
when
is
we
the
beat
time
the
where
Patriots,
the
it's a
tides
holiday.
turn again,
Yes,
Cable.
I'm okay.
the
I
pendulum swings the other way, huh?
Yep.
There you go. Big Mac
going
special
2-0.
sauce ain't
I'm
cutting
going
it anymore
2-0.
in Heinz Field, baby.
Yep, 2-0. I'm 2-0 right now.
All right. I'm picking a W. The home opener, we go for a W. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think we'll pull it out there. So moving on to Cleveland. At Cleveland, Thursday, it's 8:15, Thursday night prime time.
God, I hate Thursday night games.
I'll take a win on that one. Bubba, you're up next.
Oh, it's a win. I'm going 3-0. 3-0 going in for the month. 3-0.
On
Yeah,
the way to 17.
yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
TA, are you going 3 in a row?
Hell yeah, I'm going. It's
Yeah.
prime time, baby.
Oh,
It's Thursday
those
night.
Ohio
These
guys.
boys are going to be fired up. And who are we going against? What quarterback are they throwing out there at the Browns?
I don't know.
Josh
Brissett.
Dobbs.
Rocket
It might
Man.
be Brissett. It might be Brissett.
It might be Brissett or it might be Josh Dobbs. The only thing that scares me about this game is if we ain't figured out how to stop the run. Then it's going
That's
to be
the
a
only bad
long
thing.
Thursday night game.
That's a good point.
I hate Thursday night games. Hey, Dave Regula, thanks for tuning in, Dave.
Hey,
He knows
Dave.
his football. He's probably getting ready
All
for
right.
Pitt tomorrow.
Cable's going to have us going 3-0, or are you?
Well, I don't have you going 3-0, but
I mean,
no,
Yeah.
no, it's a win. Cleveland's not
Oh,
going to be
thanks,
ready.
Cable. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, it's a division win. That's
Yeah.
I'll give you a division win.
Okay, thanks.
1-1
appreciate
into
that.
week 3.
yeah,
Okay.
1-7, 1-16 record.
Okay, where are we at now?
Freight train.
Win.
Win.
It's the Browns. Enough said.
Browns. All right, Mav, you're up.
W for me as well.
Okay. And Big Dog.
We should be Cleveland both times. Just let you know.
Take one game at a
Fuck
time,
Cleveland.
big dog. One game at a
Fuck
time.
Cleveland. Fuck Cleveland. Fuck Cleveland. So, yes.
No, see, that's why I brought you on. I like that. I like that attitude.
Fuck Cleveland.
Yep.
All
yes,
right.
sir.
Prime time game. It's a short week.
I know.
All right. Big Dog, you're up next. Next week, the following week, Sunday, October 2nd, at 1 o'clock game with the Jets coming to Acrisure. What do you think about that?
I'm just gonna let y'all know right now. I'm still calling it Highfield. I don't like that name. But other than that, we're winning that game too.
Okay.
I think we got that one as well.
Yeah, pretty hard to
Well,
bet against that one. Freight train.
Wilson with Stifler's mom. We'll be
Oh,
okay.
it's a win. Big prediction. Benny Snell scores his first touchdown.
Huh?
Benny and the
Okay.
Jets,
Okay.
baby.
Benny and the Jets. I like Gable.
A much appreciated win from you guys.
Why?
Knocking my
Tell us why.
division-
Please tell
Knocking
my
my
division
division opponent back
Yeah,
a peg.
yeah.
Well, like you really need help beating on the Jets.
No, you do not.
Hey, who knows? The pendulum's gonna swing, right?
One of these days, they keep thinking. TA.
Well, I don't know, man. I got to ask this question: who's going to be their quarterback? Is it going to be Joe Flacco or is it going to be Zach Wilson?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
I think at that point it might still be Flacco.
I'm going to take the Steelers. I just want to
You just did that to be smart.
Yep.
The new Broadway Joe. All right, Bubba.
Pittsburgh over the Jets. I'm going 4-0.
Why even
in the
ask
first-
him?
Well, I'm going 4-0 in the first month. Just putting it out there. And there's a few of us. I think
Hey, Bubba, we're
Yeah,
right there.
yeah,
4-0, baby.
yeah.
4-0.
Yeah.
Look at
Now it's gonna get
I'm going to
dicey.
win too.
I would
That's,
absolutely love it if
2
that was.
weeks in a row across the board wins there for us. Okay, getting back into Sunday, October 9th, heading back up to Buffalo. Let's go Mav next.
That's got to be a loss.
Said Freight Train.
Do you hear those crickets?
It makes me sad. That's why.
The groan.
Makes me sad.
No, it's a loss. The Bills are 10 times the team that we are at this point of the season. They're a Super Bowl contender.
Unless Pickett goes in, then we win. But
All right.
Even then.
I'm just being a, you know what?
Cable, you're up.
As much as I would like you guys help in that game, I don't think I'm going to get it. I think Buffalo wins.
Yeah.
All right. TA.
Look, I'm here to tell you, I'm breaking the silence right now.
Here we
Trubisky
go.
comes back and shows old Joshy boy just why he should have been starting in Buffalo.
No, we got
And he
Levi
brings
too.
home the bacon, baby.
Levi could.
Levi's going to
yeah.
have 1-6 to the house. We're
Talking
doing an
re-
upset.
You
revenge
yinzers. I
game
tell
here,
you what.
huh?
We're going with the upset right here. We did it last year. When I called it last year, you heard those crickets? Everybody was the same way
Oh,
last
yes,
year.
Lord. Yes,
And the
Lord. They
only
were.
one who said
They
that
were.
Pittsburgh was winning was me. That's exactly what's happening in this game.
All right, Bubba.
You and Bubba. Not just you.
Well, as much as I want to, as much as I think, I believe it's going to be a loss.
Yeah, I'm
Bubba was
Wow.
awfully quiet during this
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He was.
we have not.
Yanking your man card too.
Well,
Yeah,
my
he
man
was-
card's been yanked many times, but Josh Allen has been tough. He's been destroying the Steelers, man, the last 3 games, and it's just ridiculous. He's that and he's all that and more.
Yep.
Like, and I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him lose, but maybe maybe a ball bounce somewhere. But I have to take Buffalo as much as it fucking pains me to take them. But yeah, but I'm going to switch up some other stuff here while I'm looking at it. So.
Well, now, Bubba, you said the
All right.
last 3 games. Can you please clarify that, please?
The last 3
Because-
games. Wait. Well,
Well, yeah.
No,
Wait,
2.
I'm
2.
asking.
yeah, I messed up. The last game we beat them last year.
Yeah,
and then the 2 games before that.
You're not going to get much by TA.
No, I guess not.
No, he doesn't
Okay,
miss a beat.
Especially
All
if it's something that he called.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm just checking, Bubba. But okay.
yeah, I messed up. I had a couple concussions. That's an excuse.
All right.
But yeah, last game we beat them. First game, yeah, because I took Buffalo. I took Buffalo to lose that game last year. So okay, damn it.
All right.
So I'm 4-1.
I took a loss on that one too. Big Dog, what are you thinking there?
I think the Bills learned their lesson from last time. Tony with us last year. I was one of the ones that had us beating the Bills as well. I think this time the Bills wins this time.
Yeah. Okay. So that's TA. TA has them going 5-0 up to that point.
Yeah, I got
That's
him.
right, baby.
4-1. God bless you, TA.
5-0.
Right.
I thought TA was gonna switch Bubba. I'm watching both screen. I'm watching
Yeah.
both of you guys, and
Right.
TA's just on a roll, and I can see Bubba's eyes. They're
Yeah.
trying to rethink it.
Bubba was over there shaking like a dog shitting razor blades.
Yeah.
He was. For sure.
TA's feeling
almost
pretty
turned.
confident. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll throw this one out right now. Tampa Bay, here's where we get our first loss because for whatever reason, we cannot even carry TB's jock strap. There's our first loss of the year.
Ooh.
Okay.
There, I just took the wind out of the sails that time. How's that?
Yeah, if that's where this round starts. I don't even want to see where it goes.
Right.
Right. So
Who's up next?
Jumped out of order, TA, but we'll let ride. You're the end of the line now.
You just pissed off the boss.
Yeah. You're the end of the line now. Cable, you're up next.
Saving the best for last, baby.
Hey, as much as I'd like to see you guys beat up on Tom Brady, that cheating son of a bitch, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh, now he's not with your team anymore.
Oh, yeah,
Was it Brady or Belichick the cheater? I got to know the
Oh,
truth.
it's absolutely Tom Brady. Everybody knows that. I was screaming for years, get him out of there. He's dirty, but nobody listens to me.
All right. I lost my train of thought there.
Oh,
So
my.
you picking a win?
A win for Tom Brady, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Freight train.
I'm going W. I think Tampa Bay is going to be filling that Ryan Jepson loss. They got a lot going on there. New coach. We're going to squeak this one out.
Ooh, okay. Mav.
You know what?
Okay.
Freight Train, you're my new favorite person. I'm going with you, baby. I'm going with a W.
That's right.
I am.
Wow.
I'm going with a W because I think it's time that we finally break Tom Brady's legs. Sorry, Bubba. I know you like legs, but
No,
I think-
I'm
Not 45-year-old legs.
TJ
Oh,
Watt will
15.
drive him nuts.
I don't know. I think they're going to get up for that game, and we just need to win the damn thing.
Yeah.
I'm going with a W.
All right. Big dog.
Upset alert. I'm taking Pittsburgh. We would be with Tom
Woo!
Brady.
Big dog.
Tom Brady. I think the last
Three
time
in a
Tom
row.
Brady
Look
came
at us
out
go.
field. I think the last time Tom Brady.
That's
came
why I
out
brought him
field,
on.
I think it's going to continue. Upset alert. We whoop his ass. I don't give a damn about Brady. Damn. Selfish. He's selfish.
Hallelujah. Okay.
Bubba, you're up.
Well, I switched it.
He's a turncoat. You see?
I am a turncoat because I don't like Tom Brady and on the leg of Chris Boswell kicking the winning field goal and a big sack by TJ Watt
Always
where
about
Tom
legs.
Brady fumbles the ball. Pittsburgh beating Tampa Bay with Tom Brady because Brady I don't think will be ready because he hasn't done nothing all training camp. I'm going with Steelers over Tampa Bay.
I think by that week he'll be ready, and I'm going
I
to
don't
take
care.
a loss on that one.
Okay.
Yep. I'm going to be conservative.
Boo.
Yeah, I know.
I like how much everybody's turning on everybody and jumping ship to other people round by round.
Well, Tom Brady
You're
has.
wrong.
He'll do
You're
it
wrong.
to you.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys got one more spot for another B, so I can leave these guys.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
We're always ready for the train, baby. Woo.
What? B?
Hey, let me tell you something. He's pretty good in the barrel.
So now we're on. Next game is what?
Half an hour later, we are at the Miami game at Miami. It's
Uh-oh.
a Sunday prime time game.
Prime time.
Prime time. Cable, lead us off, buddy.
I'm going to take a much appreciated win from you guys because at that point in the year, I feel like New England's going to need help in the division already. So I think Pittsburgh goes to Miami and gives them the what for.
Okay. Freight train.
Oh, it's going to be a W, and Brian Flores is going to be on the field for this one and shake everybody's
Oh, yeah.
hand afterward.
Yep.
Redemption. Mav, what are your thoughts about that?
I agree. It's going to be W.
All right. Big dog.
Matt Flores and Mika Fitzpatrick will be there. Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Okay. I'm going to W as well, and that leaves Bubba and TA.
Who do you want to go? Me? I'll go. I'm going to take
Either
a win. We're beating Miami.
Okay, TA.
Well, I'll say this. We usually have a trouble in Miami in winning. However, we haven't won since 2010. The tides have changed. We will take the W.
The year of the pendulum.
Wins across the board. All right, next round. Before we get to the bye week, head back out 2 road games in a row. A late night Sunday, and then we turn around the 30th and go to Philadelphia. So, Freight Train, lead us off here on this one.
Who's the opponent?
At Philly.
At Philly, that's a loss. We don't play well in Philadelphia. We're about to hit a little bit of a dry spell. It's a loss.
Bye week may be coming up just at the right time in this case. Mav?
Oh gosh, this one I'm on the fence with. I guess I'm gonna have to go with a loss. Yeah.
Big Dog, what do you think? You pull one out.
Oh,
in
we
Philly?
winning. Oh, we winning. We winning.
I hope you're right, big guy.
We're winning. We're winning. We're winning. They couldn't stop Claypool that last time they played, and it's gonna happen again.
Right on. We're awesome. Woo!
Yeah, I was kind of on the fence with this one. I marked this one a loss overall, just because of our track record there. But Bubba, what are your thoughts, man?
Well, I'm not worried about the track record. I'm worried about Jordan Davis blowing up our offensive line, and that's the only thing that I see. But I think Mitch will get away, and I have picked Pittsburgh to beat the Eagles.
Ooh, okay. All right. That leaves TA.
Man, I would love to say that we're going to go ahead and beat them, but unfortunately, you guys realize we haven't won in Philadelphia since 1965.
I did not know that.
I didn't realize that either.
That's a long
Yeah.
time.
Either.
Wow.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Philly's been our bugaboo for
Way
a
to
lot of
make
years.
everybody depressed here.
Yeah,
Wow.
ever since the Steagles split up, evidently the Eagles took the winning mojo in that series for whatever reason. Call it the devil at the crossroad trade for us getting back our identity. I don't know. I don't see us coming out of Philly with a win.
Unfortunately, that didn't only leave TA. I know you wanted to put him at the back of the line as punishment, but I didn't get mine in.
Yeah, that's true. My bad. I jumped him ahead of you. So
You're
I
so excited to punish him. But I'm going with Philly too. I think at that point in the season they're going to be the more dynamic team.
All right. So let's see. Let's tabulate those up real quick. Let's see how we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Going
And
into the
Bubba has
bye.
us going 7-1 to the bye.
Wow.
Oh, let's see. TA has us going 6-2. Cable has us going 3.
Thanks, Cable.
Just
He only picked the ones that he wanted us to help him with.
wait a second. That was the Bills,
not.
the Jets, and the Dolphins, right?
Yeah, right.
But that's how I want to start a season if I'm a team. I don't want to peak in the first month. I want to see my flaws early in the year and correct them going into the
I agree
playoffs.
with that. I agree with that.
Oh, you ain't been watching us for years, then. have
You're
you?
right. Yeah.
I'm not saying what's gonna happen. I'm just saying that's
It's week by week, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 and 5.
We'll
Freight
look
Train's
ahead.
going 5-3, along with Mav, and then Big Dog going 6-2 by the bye.
Ooh.
So let's jump into how we doing on time, guys.
At least it
Oh,
sounds
we're
like we
good.
got-
We're good. We're good. We'll finish out. We're
Okay.
good. We're good.
Then after the bye, we come back with New Orleans coming to town, and I'll start this one off with a win. I think we'll come back fresh, And I'm going to stick my neck out and say Kenny Pickett starts this game.
Ooh.
So, Bubba, you're up.
I'm going to say it's a win over the Saints. I'm taking Pittsburgh, of course.
Okay. TA?
Unfortunately, I would like to say that we're going to go ahead and take it. But New Orleans is another one of those teams that it doesn't matter how bad they are, we just cannot seem to muster up enough. So I'm going to take a loss after a bye, even though we do have a winning record after the bye week. Now, that might change, man, come we get into the season. But right now, I'm going to take a loss.
Okay, Cable?
I got to win.
Yay, Cable.
Yeah, coming out refreshed from the bye. I just think New Orleans doesn't have it put together at that point.
They don't have a good team anyway, I don't think.
It'd be tough coming. Never know. November. Pittsburgh weather. It could be 70 degrees or it could be minus 10.
Yeah.
You just never know what's going to go on. Freight Train, what are you thinking?
TA stole my thunder a little bit, that bastard. But I don't underestimate a Mike Tomlin team after a bye week. This isn't Sean Payton's New Orleans Saints anymore. I'd take a win.
Oh, okay. Mav?
I'm going to say a win as well.
Right. At least Big Dog.
I think TA is right. We do have a knack for not winning against the Saints, but I think this time in our home, we will get it done this time. Last time we was in the house and the referee cheated us on that PR. Bullshit PR. I think this time.
Yeah, that's true.
Redemption.
That's the last time we played them,
This
too.
is right.
That's
It is.
right.
It is. So
Yeah.
we win this time. We get it done in Hinesville.
Bringing back
Dog
some
with a
memories.
W.
All right, Big Dog, lead us off on this next one here. Another prime time game Sunday, November 20th at 8:20. Cincinnati comes to Pittsburgh for that one.
All right. We lost week 1. We winning this time. Pittsburgh.
Okay. I'm with you on that. But I'm going to take a loss on that one. Bubba, go ahead.
I'm also going to take a loss due to the fact we opened up the season beating them. I don't think we're going to sweep them. So, it'll be a split, but this is the one where we get the loss. So I took them as a loss.
Okay.
And it pains me to say it, but
Just to backtrack, this is the first year, though, I've picked both to lose both against Cincinnati. TA, what are your thoughts? Yeah.
Even though it's prime time game, and I'd love to say that for prime time action, we always go undefeated, but there's always that loss, and it always seems to be at home, and it always seems to be some kind of home cooking from the refs. This is our home cooking from the refs, where we actually win the game but lose it due to the referees. We're going to take a loss, and this is where it's going to have everybody questioning after a 3 loss in a row where this team's coming from after a hot start. Cable, this is where we start figuring out where we're going.
Yep. Well, I'll take over from that one, I guess. I got Pittsburgh winning this. I think it's going to split.
wow.
And for anybody
There you
keeping
go.
track,
My guy.
that's
My guy.
2 in a row. Steelers,
It
I
is.
think, are starting to put it together at this point in the season.
You think with Kenny or still with Mitch?
I think if they are heating up at this point in the season, it's still with Mitch.
Okay. Freight Train?
Why are you even asking me?
Yeah, he
Everybody
already
else followed
answered.
my lead. I said it first.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we
we
should have
forgot-
penciled that one in.
We
But
forgot.
gave
What
you-
did you say?
We gave you time.
Split. We win. We win at home.
All right.
Okay.
I think Mavs, though.
Usually it's been opposite
I
with
I
Ben.
agree. I think we're going to split, and we are going to take that win. We're going to squeak one out at home, prime time.
Okay.
If we do, Boswell kicking.
Boswell kick.
Boswell
All legs,
kick.
baby.
Yep.
Legs with the MVP.
That's right.
Unless they don't run that shit they did in Cleveland last year. It might be Nick Skibba.
All right, Mav, take the next game too. That's a Monday night game, 8:15 at Indy.
Oh boy, we don't lose Monday nights.
Don't.
But Yeah, that one may be a tough one, but I'm gonna go with a win just because we don't lose on Monday nights.
Okay. Let's go, big dog.
We tend to do real good on Monday nights, and then it'll continue. Pittsburgh.
Okay. I'm going to take a loss on this one. I'm just not sure about it. So kind of penciled it in, looking at the ones that we're going to lose was pretty much how I broke it down. But Bubba, what are you thinking?
I got them losing against the Colts because I don't think they're going to stop the running game, which is sad. That's the only way they're going to lose, not stopping the run. So I got them as a loss.
Bubba, I agree with you, but I just, like I said, we don't lose on Monday.
I mean, I can't
have to go with it.
I can't pick Pittsburgh every game. I mean, it's hard. It sucks, but I mean, it just.
I'd like to see the rough drafts of his picks. How many times he had to rework it so they weren't 17-0.
Yeah, that's every year though. For the last 20 years.
You guys weren't here for the pregame for the green room discussion. I was, well, no, no.
And we beat the Colts every single time we played them, and then it continues.
See,
TA.
I'm going Colts all the way, baby. After being on the skid for 3 weeks in a row, this is where we pull our head out of our ass and start getting ready for the home stretch.
But with a loss.
Oh, if we're getting ready for the home stretch and we pull our head out of our ass, that means we're going to win, baby.
Yeah, but you said you were going with the Colts.
You said you're going with the Colts.
You did say the Colts. You did say that. You did.
I'm sorry. No, I'm going with the Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers, baby. Steelers.
We figured that's what you meant. But.
Usually he has me disagreeing with myself. Like, oh,
hey, I'm glad you're all paying attention.
All right.
When you talk, we listen today.
For the record, you're picking a win.
I'm picking a win. Big W, baby.
Good.
That they have successfully pulled their head out of their ass for this game. Okay, Cable.
I got a win. So that is 3 in a row at this point.
3 in a row for me, Cable.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It is. Freight Train, are you stepping up to that plate?
Oh, it's going to be a loss. I'm with Bubba. I don't think they're going to have what it takes to stop Jonathan Taylor. I think Indy's going to be the sneaky good team this year try to fight for a top AFC spot in the playoffs. I think Matt Ryan helps them out tremendously. He's not Carson Wentz.
First of all, what do you what makes you think Jonathan Taylor is even going to be healthy this week?
Well, if he's not, that changes the whole dynamics of the game.
Exactly. He ain't going to be healthy this week.
It just gives us something to talk about.
That's the case. Tom Brady's on IR by the time we play him. Joe Burrow breaks his leg.
I wasn't playing.
Deshaun Watson suspended for another massage.
Unfortunately, Tom Brady goes on IR after we play him.
Yeah.
Adoring.
Well,
I like that.
You also got to think about it. TJ Watt will probably be on IR 47 times this season, right? Let's be honest.
Hold up.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody's got to be a realist here.
What they need to do is get a hold of Deshaun Watson's black book so they can go get their groin massages in, because last year that seemed to be
the whole team was out with a groin. I don't know what was going on.
Now,
So everybody got the Colts? Everybody picked the Colts game?
Cable, let me ask you something. Isn't that the same black book that your owner has?
It won wonders Championship Sunday against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure. I thought it was the same black book.
Now, when you're the owner, they want to go down south.
Oh, they encourage that.
Right.
They want to give you extra.
When you own a team, they
love you long time if you're an owner.
Okay.
So week 13, we're at week 13 now?
Thank you, Bubba. Yep, we're at Atlanta.
Thanks, Bubba.
Yeah. Can't have any fun around here.
No, I'm sorry. I was just
okay, Bubba, you got the lead on the Atlanta.
Atlanta Falcons will be losing to the Steelers. I got Pittsburgh with a win.
Okay. TA.
Oh, win, baby.
Win, baby. Just win, baby. Now that's later game. Cable.
Atlanta losing, sad sack of a team. So now that's 4 in a row for the Steelers, according to me.
Yes, it is.
Whoa.
FT. Freight Train. You on
with
board?
Atlanta's dog crap. We win that one easily.
Okay, Mav.
I'm going with a W.
Okay. Doug. You
Pittsburgh.
have to ask. Yeah. All right.
Pittsburgh.
All right. Up next, TA, you got the Ravens, the first of two. And they come to Pittsburgh Sunday, December 11th, 1 o'clock game, buddy.
I'd like to pull a freight train here, but I'll stick with just this week alone. We take a loss.
You couldn't pull that off if you tried.
Okay, then we split it, and we're going to win the next one.
Oh, taking a book out of freight train.
That didn't take long.
That's a page out of his book. Cable, what do you think?
All right. Win number 5 in a row. Pittsburgh
Wow.
over Baltimore.
Listen to him. All right. All right. A freight train.
It's a win.
Mars healthy by that stage. You know, that's the downside of this crap where they jam 2 games against one of your divisional opponents at the very end of the year.
It's usually the Browns, it seems like, but
Yeah, all
sure
the
it's
time.
Ravens.
Yeah. So, what are you thinking? That first Baltimore game, Mav?
Oh, goodness. I'm going to say a loss.
Ah.
I
Can't believe you there, man.
That was Bubba's happy ending.
Yeah, I was like, ah.
Everybody say what? All right, big dog.
Pittsburgh by 3.
Oh, there we go.
With a Boswell.
With a Boswell field goal.
Boswell
With
field
a
goal.
Boswell leg job.
We always
That's
in the
right.
3 points. Always in the 3 points.
The 2 mega kickers, boss comes out on top. I like it. All right. And then we head down south, Carolina.
Oh, I
Oh, Bubba, I'm sorry.
Oh, but we know who you're picking.
I'm picking
Next.
Steelers. Picking Steelers. That's okay.
All right. Since I
Okay.
skipped you, lead us off for Carolina game.
Okay, this is going to be the one game of Tomlin during the year that it's an effed up game. He's going to lose to the Carolina Panthers. This is one of these trap games, and this is
This is a trap game.
Yep, this is a trap game.
Okay. TA,
Wow.
are you down with that too?
No, I'm not down with that. Look,
You're allowed
this
not to be
is-
down.
This is where we go ahead and smack Baker Mayfield right in the chops.
Will he still be
again, and
starting by then?
He'll still be starting. This will be his second time starting, but I'm taking the Steelers.
All right. That brings up Cable next.
I got the Steeler killer Baker Mayfield with a team supporting him taking the W.
Steeler
I didn't
killer? Are
see.
you
I didn't
sure?
get in all that. I just
Are you
said
sure
we
about
lost.
that? Are you sure
Yeah,
about
I'm
that?
not. I'm
Steeler
not. I'm
killer.
just trying to ruffle some feathers here.
I'm about
But
to
I'm
say, you
taking
sure?
Carolina.
Taking Carolina.
Yep.
All right. Freight train.
Oh, it's a win. I think everybody's pissed we didn't go play there in the preseason. So let's just go in the regular season and beat them.
Yeah, how much we missed that.
Okay. What do you think, Mav?
Oh, I think we're gonna get a W.
All right. And big dog.
Baker knows Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh knows Baker. Pittsburgh wins this game.
See
he's
what he said.
Wow, yeah, he's got me beat.
He had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Yeah, I
my.
picked a W on that one as well. I think we found some rhythm by this stage. Hopefully, it continues through the rest of the season. Okay, let's go kicking it off. Freight train can kick off. The Raiders.
The Raiders 50th
The
anniversary of the
Raiders.
Immaculate Reception.
That's right.
Lord.
Big night.
Big game. It's going to be a big game.
Big game. 8:15 Saturday night game.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
What's that Christmas Eve?
Yeah,
That's
probably.
right. Saturday
Well,
24th,
Ain't
Christmas
nothing
Eve.
happened in my house but Steeler football. So Merry fucking Christmas.
Oh,
I hope it's a Merry Christmas.
that's it. Santa coming to town.
I think so. I think they're going to pull this one off. The house is going to be rocking for the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. There's no way we lose this game. Book it.
Book it. I like it, Gary.
Oh man. Just because I'm hopefully will be in the Christmas spirit, I'm going to say the Steelers, but I don't know. We'll see. I think the Raiders are going to be tough, but I'm going to go with the Steelers.
I think so too. All right, Big Dog.
For some reason, we cannot beat the Raiders at all. I don't know what it is. Whether they're home or we're home, and we keep losing them, and I think it's going to continue. I think the Raiders win this game.
Yep. I took them to I took the Steelers to lose this one as well too. Something just didn't sit right, even though it is it's a home game, Christmas Eve, prime time, 8:15. I don't know. Just something told me to take a loss on that one. Bubba, what do you think?
Right.
Well, it's hard for me to say because Christmas Eve and the Steelers, I got them losing on Christmas Eve, so my Christmas is fucked already. But the reason why I'm saying if it's I put it as a loss because the Raiders offense is way too fast and they can score a lot of points, and I don't think our defense can, and I don't think our offense can keep up. So if it's a shootout, we're going to get screwed on that end. That's the only reason why I'm taking them for the Raiders to win. It's going to be a shootout, and they're going to have more bullets in their gun than we are. That's all.
You think it's the Carr Trubisky shootout?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the shootout of the whole season, and our offense is not going to keep up to the Raiders because they're fast paced, and it's just not going to. We're just going to be short. But hey, I could pray, and then Jesus can come, and baby Jesus can say, "Oh, hey, Bubba, on Christmas Eve, we're going to grant you the game of the 50th
Christmas Eve miracle."
Christmas Eve miracle. Yeah,
Well,
I'm going to get drunk and do whatever. I'm going to cheer. I'm going to do whatever. But that's my philosophy on how I'm taking this, and it's going to. Yeah, I'm pissed off that I hate the fucking Raiders.
Look at him.
Damn it.
TA just chomping at the bit on this.
I know he's going to say too.
Coming out of zero.
I know what he's taking. I know.
First
Go
and
ahead.
Help
foremost,
me out here.
Ben Roethlisberger's not going to play, right?
No, we
don't know what the future
might
holds.
be on our fifth
No.
quarterback by then.
He could be the ghost of Christmas
Somebody come out
past.
of
I don't
retirement.
know.
The ghost of Christmas past.
Because all I know is for whatever reason, the black hole owned him. We haven't won in Las Vegas or against the Raiders since 1995. Thank God this is at home. This is the 50th anniversary, and this is where we stomp a mud hole in their ass.
I hope you're right. I
Merry
really
Christmas,
do.
baby.
I hope
Jesus.
you're right, man.
I hope you're
right, man. I hope you're
Oh,
right.
there's no doubt about it in my mind.
God bless you.
We cannot figure that
guarantees
team
it.
out at all. I don't know why.
Man, every time I think about the Raiders, I think about that game where what was it?
Terrell Pryor. Terrell
Terrell
Pryor.
Pryor.
90 yards.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
Man, we were
Terrible.
like, oh shit, that's not the way to start this game.
Nope.
All right, Cable.
Well, going back to what Gary said way at the beginning, I'm going to oppose you. I think at this point in the season, everybody's realizing Josh McDaniels isn't head coach material again.
He's just jagging him. That's
Although-
why.
I think it's a trap game, and I think Vegas does come out on top.
Oh, okay. You had me going there for a second.
Whoa.
You did.
That took a complete 180.
Okay, well, I was liking where you were going. with
Yeah,
that
I did
for a
too.
minute.
And then
I did too. I said, okay, he flipped on us.
So wait a minute, I'm the only one that's taking the Raiders?
No, I did.
I took the Raiders
You-
too.
No, I
took
took the
Raiders too.
Steelers. I took the Steelers. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
it's
flipped us. He flipped it
Okay,
on us
so-
again, TA.
I know, I just checked it, Cable. So me and Mav's the only one that took
Yes.
the Steelers.
yeah.
No, I
It's-
did.
It's heartbreaking.
No,
for
Freight
me.
Train.
You
did too.
repeated everything
Me
I
and Big
said.
Dog, we're heartbroken over here. but-
Copycat.
Yeah, man.
Boy, I
Can't
tell
seem to
you
figure
what.
that team out for some reason. Can't seem to figure them out.
All right, New Year's Day game, 1:00, Sunday, January 1st. We go to Baltimore for that one, Mav.
So I think this is the one we're gonna get. We'll split it with them, and we'll take this one.
All right, Big Dog.
As much as I would love to sweep the Ravens for a third straight year, I think Baltimore wins that one.
That would be with a healthy Lamar Jackson.
Negatory. I'm hoping
Yeah.
it's not.
I'm gonna take a loss on that one because I took a win, the first one at home. I think
Same
we
here,
lose.
same here.
Bubba, what are your thoughts?
They're
Going
sweeping
away.
them. They're sweeping them. Pittsburgh's sweeping them.
For the third
Third
year in
straight
a row?
year?
Yep.
Third year in a row? Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Big
I
balls.
would
He
love
just
that
turned
too.
his
I would
man
love
card
that
back.
too.
Yep. They're going to sweep them. And if I wasn't 187 pounds of smartness right now, which I'm not, but they're going to take them. They're going to beat them. We got Lamar Jackson's number, really. So I don't care if he's in or he doesn't play. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I do agree with that. TA, do you?
Oh, absolutely. We're this is a great holiday season for me. I'm going to be on the couch hung over. We just celebrated a Christmas victory. I'm going to celebrate New Year's Day.
Another reason to
2023 is
drink
looking
again.
good, baby. Hell yeah.
All right, Gable, what do you think, man?
Well, I think we split, and I already took Pittsburgh over Baltimore once, so I think Baltimore takes this game in Baltimore, and that's a 3-week skid for the Steelers heading towards the end of the year.
That's not good,
it is.
Cable. That's not
Yeah,
good,
it is.
Cable.
Yeah, I agree.
He
All
planned this, man.
I know he did to get the last
train.
zinger in before we're done.
Freight train.
I'm going to take a loss. I don't think we're going to sweep them. I think this is.
He sounds so
I
sad.
think
when
both
he said
teams are
that.
going to win. We're both going to win at home. It is so hard because I
It's
hate
sad.
the Ravens that much.
I
I
know.
hate picking against the Steelers against the Ravens, but I have to on this
I
one.
know it's very hard to pick during this stuff. It is.
And again, I keep coming back to this: playing your, your division rivals, just within a few weeks of each other again. So, which brings us back to the last
Get out
game
of
of the
here.
year, which is penciled in as a flex game. Could be the 7th or the 8th, and that time will be determined obviously by where
NBC.
they put it. So last game, Browns come to Pittsburgh.
Well,
let's
it's
see.
massages, 3% off, $3 off on massages, because by that time he'll be playing,
He'll
right?
be back.
Yeah,
He'll be back.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
he'll be
it doesn't
back.
matter. Yeah.
Here's the real question, though: will you massage Boswell for free?
You're dang right. he
No,
will.
no, I don't do anything for free.
Yeah, we found that out on our show.
He'll do
Yeah.
it for free tickets.
Yeah, free tickets. Nah,
All right, Freight Train, lead us into temptation here.
You playing the Clowns?
Yep.
That's a win. We're sweeping the Clowns this year. They're
That's at home.
garbage.
Last game of the year.
I hate Cleveland just as much. So we're
All
winning.
right, Gary.
Man, I'm gonna go with a W.
Okay.
I agree with
all
Freight Train.
right.
All right, Big Dog.
Fuck Cleveland. Fuck that massage parlor rapist. Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
You go, big dog.
Way
You
to
go.
go. One
Sweeping them.
podcast
Sweeping
right
them.
there. You get
Sweeping them.
extreme.
Yeah.
Sweeping them.
I'm taking a win. I think they make them look silly. So
You know what,
Bubba,
JT? I'd like to actually change my pick real quick. Would that be all right?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have
You have
us.
to ask the boss there.
I'm gonna have us tying with the Browns to get into the playoffs and watch another team laugh. Let's laugh at another team like they did us at the end of the season last year.
Why do you want
A little bit of deja vu. I want to laugh at somebody else.
Why do you
too.
want to do that? Why do you want to stress yourself out like that?
I like to live life on the edge.
I understand. Freight Train.
You know what, Freight Train, I have to honor you here in a second because I actually was going to pick the first game as a tie again, just to be kind of a smartass about it.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, we'll let it. So you're going to leave it with a tie as a tie.
We're gonna tie the last one, but we're gonna get in the playoffs. So
Okay. All right, Bubba, did we tie?
We're no ties. No.
we've
Sweeping-
agreed the whole show except with this one.
Yeah, I don't believe in ties.
Doesn't
Sweeping
mean they
the
don't happen.
Browns. I know. I don't like it, and it ruins everything. I would never say, "Oh, let's tie."
Weren't
or,
you there
"Oh, I'm
for
so
a
happy." I was there for a tie against Detroit. It was fucking painful, and it pissed me off. It was
Disgusting.
ridiculous. It was
Yes, it
terrible.
did.
So
Leader by
they're gonna
who?
beat-
Mason. Trash ass.
They're gonna beat. They're gonna beat the Browns. They're gonna sweep the Browns.
Okay. All right, TA.
Oh, baby. I don't even know why we're discussing this game. Just get us into the playoffs now. We're ready to rock and roll for the bowl. Let's go.
All right. So you have them going four wins in a row to end the season. take you into the playoffs.
Absolutely. That's the way we want it, on top heading into the playoffs. We might be number 7 seed, but we're going.
That leaves the final pick of the night. Cable, what you got, man?
I think they sweep Cleveland. I think they break their losing streak and get a win that they need to make the playoffs.
Okay. All right, there it is, guys. Why don't you guys take it away while I tally up, and I'll give you the results here, what you guys are picking for the record.
What, we have no Jeopardy music? No.
And I do appreciate everybody, William Yeager and Matthew Black. Thanks for tuning in. I finally got to see some stuff. We had a whole bunch of people, and I do appreciate everybody for tuning in to the MegaCast 4. It was a little longer than we thought, but you know what? When we have to talk about these games, talk about the positions, you can't talk Steeler football in 15 minutes, people. It doesn't work that way sometimes. As much as we'd like to. No, I'm very winded. I'm very
Imagine
winded.
how long the show would go if we watched football.
Exactly.
Well, it might maybe 8 hours. I don't know. I can't believe I don't know who that was. But if you're listening,
fine. Who cares? They
that's
tuned
okay.
in. They
Hey,
whatever.
that's good.
It's all good.
That's it.
We watch
They're a
other stuff
user.
too.
Hey, I get compared to Pittsburgh Dad, man. So.
Yeah, well, you can sign autographs. We're good. So are you tallying that up?
I'm tallying them up yet.
Okay, so
You missed him taking his shoes off, Bubba.
Oh, okay. Well, anybody that's listening, you can listen to the Steelers Realm podcast for their whole year. And hey, Big Dog, why don't you give a little promo shout out for your Extra Point podcast while we're tallying up and stuff?
All right, fellas, I have a podcast called The Extra Point with my guy B. Shriller and Rich Smoke. We on every Saturday. Actually back for season 2. On Saturday, actually this Saturday at 4:00 on NFL Home Field Advantage. If you'd like to be a part of that, I can see the link to the group page, and that's where we stream at. Also, we're streaming on YouTube as well, Instagram, and I believe Twitter as well. So we're back for our second season. We're excited about that.
So usually it's two podcasts to form a megacast. This one was 3, which was really cool.
That was a triple.
Now we're mega.
So now we're extra mega.
Yeah.
So next time we do this again, you come back and we can really blow this up.
We'll
his boy
XL.
Richard Smoke.
That's
his
right.
boy
XL
Smoke
Megacast.
and Brian, they know their
Magnum cast.
His boys know they know their football. His boys on his podcast know their football. So
I can see how the links. I can watch us when we come back Saturday. We come to Saturday. We return to Saturday.
Sounds good, man.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, Big Dog, and giving
I
your
appreciate that.
expertise. I love the pro Steelers stuff, man.
Our faithful follower friend Shane is also going to check out your podcast.
I'll send Bubba the link. He'll send the y'all.
Yep, and I'll put it on my Facebook like I always do. And Shane, once again, thanks for giving us that stuff for the Pittsburgh Dad video. Shane's our correspondent, special field correspondent for the Triple B Experience.
Thanks, Shane.
And he's going to be pissed off tomorrow when Pitt beats West Virginia.
That's right, baby.
Sorry, Shane, I love you, but I don't like West Virginia. Don't like traveling
Shane,
through it.
I wish we would have scheduled to watch that together.
Yeah, that'd have been great.
We might have gotten into a fight, but that's okay.
We'd had to separate you guys. All right, here's the tally.
What do we got? Oh, here we go.
All right, me and Cable tied with the least record or the worst record of 9-8,
or the most realistic.
I don't know.
That's so funny. Oh, man.
So, followed up by not to be tied with anybody else, 11-5-1 for A Train, and then we have TA going 12-5, followed by the most optimistic of the groups, 13-4 for Gary and Big Dog. 13-4.
High five, Big Dog. High five.
So, all right, there.
Where's Bubba at?
What about Bubba?
Bubba's here.
Yeah, 12-5. Him and TA were 12.
Oh my God, I picked more wins than Bubba.
Yes,
oh,
imagine
geez.
that.
Hell froze over. Oh my goodness.
Well,
And Bubba, who said we're not realistic?
I know.
Right.
Hell, I should have picked them all to win it out.
I stand by Big Dog.
Wow. What a great Cable. I can understand it. I understand.
There it is.
I threw it out earlier before everybody was here, but I also think New England's going to go 9-8. So
well, that's good.
I'm trying to be very realistic and grounded with my picks.
Okay.
Well, all the media is saying that this is the year that Tomlin has first losing season to Tomlin's.
Yeah,
I don't buy that. for
Well,
a
we've
minute.
seen how correct they've been in the past.
Yeah.
it's all the way the ball bounces.
And I'm going with Bill Hillgrove, as he predicted on our podcast, that, hey, we think we're going to fool some people this year. Hope it starts out strong.
Hey,
Yeah.
can I ask you a
Starts out
question? Can I ask you a question? Did y'all watch the last preseason game?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all think what T.J. Hawkinson did was intentional? To T.J. Watt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he thought so too.
Yeah.
And I think he
But
pretty
it's
much
legal.
kinda
It's a legal play.
Yeah.
It is a legal play. There's nothing you can do about it.
pretty shitty, but
But honestly, before we even leave this, if TJ Watt goes out with the injury or Najee Harris go out with the injury, everything that we just did for the last hour is out the window.
Yeah, rip it up.
I'm just saying.
And T.J. Watt said he's
Hopefully-
not upset about it.
Hopefully that does not happen. And we have no major injuries in the 2022 season, which it's going to be. But if those guys get hurt, yeah, I got nothing to say. It'll
Next
be an
man
upsetting
up,
year.
baby.
Yeah,
Right.
there ain't no
Let's
there ain't
get
nobody.
standard
Carlin
is a
back.
standard, right?
Yeah. So, but hey, I just want to thank everybody for coming on. This was awesome, man. It was great. Gary and Cable coming in and Big Dog from Extra Point Podcast coming on. And once again, Pleasure Steelers Realm Podcast. You guys are great, and it's I love doing this stuff with you guys, and we're gonna have to do it again sometime in the near future of the season.
Oh, yeah,
so.
for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, Big Dog, nice to meet you.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Y'all be seeing
Freight
you again.
Train, nice to meet you as well. It's the first
You
I got
guys
to
as well.
experience you. And of course, JT and TA, it's always a pleasure. So.
TA, it's a pleasure. Your
Solid.
football knowledge is
Solid.
parallel.
Solid.
Right.
Big Dog, good to hang with you, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. Hope to see y'all. I hope y'all are able to watch the show.
Okay,
this
everybody, tune in. Thank you for tuning in to the MegaCast 4. I'm signing off. It's been a long show, but it's been a great show because we talked Pittsburgh Steelers.
No problem, Shane.
Pittsburgh Steelers football. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody. Tune in. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Everybody, take care.
Oh, mama, oh, mama, oh, mama, oh, mama.